Plantar fasciitis. The search for pain relief can feel like an endless and hopeless ordeal.
I would try drugstore, insoles and supports.
I've been through surgeries, foot injections.
I was trying all different things. Not a single one worked.
If you think you've tried everything to relieve your foot pain, you probably haven't tried arch supports from the Good Feet store.
And then I was driving past the Good Feet store, and I thought, why not? Give it a try. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support for my feet. Then it was like, okay, this is different. These make a difference.
I don't have foot pain anymore. I'm so glad I met Good Feet. It changed my life.
See how Good Feet arch supports work for you before you buy with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
If you're moving, selling, or purchasing furniture and need help getting it home, there are a lot of moving companies to choose from. But wait, all moving companies are not created equal. Sure, if you're moving your college students' furniture, hiring young movers is fine. But if you're moving highly valued items, you need Rice's Moving and Transport. They meticulously pad wrap everything and secure your valuables and gently pack, transport, and set them up. Rice's Moving and Transport employs skilled professional movers who respect your belongings, not just young hunks who can lift heavy things. Moving is stressful enough. Don't stress about hiring the right moving company. Here's what Teresa in Naples said about Rice's Moving and Transport. I was so impressed when your moving crew came to my home. They politely introduced themselves by name. Seems small, but it made an impression. When you need help moving, trust Rice's Moving and Transport. Rice'sMoving.net, moving you into the future.
Hey Alexa, play 92.5 Fox News.
A Minnesota couple traveling around the country stuck in limbo now here in Southwest Florida as they try to find their missing cat. 2 weeks ago, Cody Dornbush and Samantha Racine stopped at a Collier County Marathon gas station when their cat, Raja, jumped out the window. Now the couple says they're not leaving until they find her. They've searched the woods nearby that gas station, put up signs, laid cat traps, and even asked for help from the community on Facebook.
I have like a million different things run through my mind. I have like ideas that she could be having the most great adventure of her life, or she could be on somebody's couch right now who's never gonna let her outside.
Sounds like the dog misses the cat too. Well, they're offering a $500 reward to the person who finds the missing cat. If you've seen her, we've put how you can get in touch with the family right at the top of the Wake News app.
Well, listen to this. A travel agent's mistake left a family stranded on the wrong side of the United States. But a TSA officer who was very observant stepped in and totally went above and beyond to help get that family back to the right Portland. Well, now the airport in Oregon is honoring him. You see, a family of 3 was confused when they thought they were heading to Maine and instead landed in Portland, Oregon. Well, when TSA officer Martin Rios noticed a language barrier here, he stepped in to help. And when the family realized they couldn't afford to fly back across the country, Rios reached into his own pocket to help pay for boarding passes. Well, the airport in Oregon has given Rios an award recognizing his incredible customer service in this situation.
Breaking this morning, deputies surround a neighborhood after an overnight shooting in Lehigh Acres. What we know about this investigation, that's coming up next at 6.
Working to keep you safe during the pandemic. Ahead at 6 o'clock, how one local police department's adapted to COVID restrictions.
And helping you make ends meet with Valentine's Day just 3 days away. Here's your reminder this morning in our next hour, how you can save money when it comes to wine for your significant other.
And
92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
People say they don't like going to the dentist, but what they mean is they don't like the discomfort. Dr. Alan Rembos at smilesbyrembos.com understands. Dr. Rembos uses computerized anesthetic delivery, resulting in 50% fewer injections. And Dr. Rembos places and restores implants, eliminating delays, additional costs, and no running around. New patients and emergencies usually seen within 24 hours. Cosmetic treatment often completed in 1 to 2 weeks. Read the reviews at smilesbyrembos.com. Offices in Marco, Naples, Sanibel, and Fort Myers.
You've heard it before. We beat the competition. So many businesses say that now. But how many companies actually ask you to call the competition and then compare their windows to Window World windows? We will come into your home, or you can come to our showroom, and we'll give you an honest, fair, free estimate of what it would take to upgrade your windows to more energy-efficient windows. No tricks, no high pressure, We want you happy with your new windows, not feeling like you were forced into buying them.
Window World's slogan is simply the best for less, and we mean it. We offer you top quality windows at the best price available with the absolute best guarantee in the window replacement business.
If something goes wrong with your new windows, we'll fix it, even if the neighborhood kids accidentally hit a baseball through it or anything else. Window World quality windows, great price. Even hurricane-rated impact windows are available to offer an increased level of security to your home. Call Window World today.
Window World, simply the best for less.
What's that switch in your kitchen do?
Nothing. Flick it on, off, nothing happens.
Weird.
Now, if it would turn on the overhead fan, that would be cool. Can't get that to work either.
Frustrating.
You know, this is what's wrong with humanity. We think we got it all figured out, but we don't even know what this switch is supposed to do.
Dave.
Think we can build a spaceship that takes us to Mars when we can't even get a switch to work?
Hey, Dave.
I swear, we're never gonna leave this solar system. We'll be stuck on this planet forever until we all go extinct.
Dave, what's the best case scenario?
Best case? Well, I make a call, someone comes and connects that switch to something, like maybe that overhead fan.
That's best?
Well, sure, but...
That's Best. Best Home Services. They have 4 electricians and 4 trucks right now waiting for your call. They'd have that switch looked after in no time.
Well, I feel a bit silly now.
GetBest.com. When something goes wrong, we're waiting.
So maybe...
Maybe we can go to Mars.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 6 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
They're not done prosecuting the former president. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
The evidence will show that he clearly incited the January 6th insurrection.
Congressman Jamie Raskin, the lead House impeachment manager, showed Trump's speeches and tweets about election fraud claims, arguing he got his supporters to take action. And they played more dramatic video of the deadly Capitol attack, including footage of the vice president and his family being led to safety.
Donald Trump had made Vice President Pence a target. He attacked the vice president at the rallies, in speeches, and on Twitter.
Congressman Joaquin Castro and the rest of the House Democrat managers have 8 more hours to make their case to senators at this trial, and then...
The defense team will start their up to 16 hours of rebuttal. And if it's any indication of what that may look like, the Trump War Room Twitter handle was retweeting tweets last night from lead manager Jamie Raskin using phrases he accused the former president of using, like, quote, fight like hell.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. President Biden went to the Pentagon for the first time as commander-in-chief.
I believe force should be a tool of last resort, not first.
And he talked about China, and then last night talked to China's leader.
Biden got right down to business, literally calling out China's unfair economic practices. He also cited some humanitarian concerns, Beijing's treatment of its minority Muslim Uyghurs, for example.
Fox's Greg Palcott. The president's also imposed sanctions on Burma, condemning the military coup there. The national anthem was back in Dallas last night. The Mavericks played it before beating the Atlanta Hawks. The NBA team hadn't played it all season, and owner Mark Cuban wasn't planning to.
The NBA following up with a statement Wednesday calling on all 30 clubs to play the national anthem before the game as fans make their way back to arenas under COVID guidance, keeping with a long-standing policy. The Mavericks owner adding that his discussions with the association and the Dallas community on this subject will continue.
That's Fox's Matt Napolitano. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News traffic.
Fog in Lehigh Acres this morning. Limited visibility on 82 heading west of Sunshine to Gunnery. There's also a slowdown on Jaguar heading to Columbus. East of Eisenhower to Columbus on Jaguar is only at 17 miles per hour right now. Traffic very slow. So if you want to avoid this, stick to Milwaukee. Only tap on the brakes on Bell heading north of Jaguar towards Milwaukee. And hey, we're fully up to speed on Alabama. Take advantage of this if you're heading south to State Road 82. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another humid day across Southwest Florida, and as a result, we'll start with some patchy morning fog, and then actually the chance will be there for a few spotty showers as we go throughout the day. Widespread rain not expected. Will be very hit or miss as everybody feels our spring-like temperatures into the 80s. More patchy fog Friday morning. The 80s are set to return for your Friday afternoon and all the way towards the weekend, where a few showers possible Saturday and then a chance of scattered rain for Valentine's Day with more 80s as we start next week, too. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I just want to say I love America because everyone gets a voice.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. I am often asked, what is the value of my case? The answer, of course, depends on your injuries, liability, and the damages to you financially. And it also very much depends on the law firm you hire to represent you. Many times, firms are hired without much thought or research. All firms are not the same, not even close. I know of firms and lawyers who haven't tried a case in years, maybe never. The insurance company knows who they are too. Some lawyers need the money more than you do. Go to forthepeople.com and look at our verdicts in court. Here you will see injuries just like yours. You will see what the insurance company offered and, more importantly, what a jury decided. You will have an idea what your case may be worth in our hands. And just because you've already hired a lawyer doesn't mean you can't fire them before it's too late. Happens all the time. For over 30 years, Morgan & Morgan has been here at your time of need. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. On your cell, dial pound law, that's all.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at GoodDealsAppliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Happy Valentine's sale. This is Marty.
Chevy buyers are kissing your deals goodbye, Marty.
No, they're not.
Yeah, everybody's hooking up with Victory Lane Chevrolet.
Okay,
it's like a marriage made in Detroit.
I think they're made in Warren, Michigan.
Okay, wherever. Point is, Victory Lane Chevy has fantastic deals during their Sweetheart Savings Event. 500 to choose. It's love at first sight, Marty.
Hey, stop, would you?
Everybody finds their perfect match.
Just stop.
On hundreds of Victory Lane Silverados and Equinoxes. That's plural for Equinox, right?
Who knows?
Or is it Equini? During Victory Lane Chevrolet's Sweetheart Savings Event, fall in love with a new Chevy today. Kiss your old trade goodbye. And say hello to new 2021 Chevy Silverados, just $375 a month with zero down. New 2021 Traverse, just $389 a month, zero down. And you'll never be brokenhearted with our goal of 100% credit approvals. We'll see you at Victory Lane Chevrolet. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com. Find new roads. Stock number SC1148 and E1006. 39-month lease, 10K miles per year. Taxes and fees extra. All rebates to dealer. Offers for current lessees with approved credit and do not combine. Expires 2/28/2021.
Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Remember, customize and save with Liberty Mutual Insurance Company. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. That is the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com. That's the website, drewsteele.com. You can go there. It's mobile friendly, so you can watch on your phone, on your smart device, on your computer. So go to the website, drewsteele.com, or you can go to facebook.com/drewsteeleradio. We're still there on YouTube as well. If you would like to watch however you want to peruse, is that the right way to put this? Watch the program. Okay, coming up today. Listen, people aren't paying attention to this impeachment hoax. They're just not doing it. Nobody's really watching it. Actually, they're coming to programs like this one and others right here at this station. And maybe your favorite place to get conservative content. And they're listening to other things and maybe getting a little bit in peace of what's going on with the impeachment hoax, because they understand that at the end of the day, there's going to be an acquittal, that you're not going to have all of these Republicans peel off and decide that Donald Trump was guilty of the incitement of riots, because they know that he wasn't. And if you listen to some of what was happening, and I'll play not only the hypocrisy that's out there, Democrats that they can't help themselves. They are trusting and believing in something that was as opposed to something that is. They're trusting that many people, most Americans, are getting their news source from the legacy networks and from CNN and MSNBC and the like, and that's where they're getting all their information. And listen, if they say it, then it's gospel, right? It's true. So that's what's going on with impeachment. It's looking bad. It's really awful for the president. I mean, this is something that, no. As a matter of fact, they're moving the goalposts. I'm going to give you play some audio of how hypocritical they are. And not only that, but how they're stepping into their own stuff. They're stepping into their stuff. And you know what I mean by stuff. Jake the millennial. When I say stuff, you know what I mean when I say stepping into stuff. You know what stuff is. I mean, there's no better way. It's better to say stuff than anything else. Well, there's no better word than stuff. Right? I mean, if I say you're stepping in your stuff, you got it. I don't have to elaborate on what the stuff is. I don't have to be specific on how disgusting that stuff is or where it came from. You're pretty clear as to what I'm talking about, right? Safe to say?
Yeah.
Okay. You really want me to use something stronger, don't you? That's so millennial of you. You would like it if I said, don't step in your stuff. You would like that word stuff to be something. It's like how, you know what it reminds me of? Getting off on a tangent and then I'll come back onto the road again, kind of going off-roading here. It reminds me of how there was a moment in time in our history when people were looking at TV commercials and watching some of the commercials that were playing and saying, times have changed. Like some of the outrageous language, some of the things you were watching. Do you remember that time? Do you remember that moment in time when you were watching TV commercials and it's like millennials are making these commercials? The former generation that was making commercials for products on TV as you were watching, it's a different ball game. They're going places we never thought we would go before. They're saying things we never thought we would say before. Selling products. Do you know what I'm saying? Or am I the only one? I'm on an island. You don't know what I'm talking about. How marketing changed, and the marketing individuals clearly were millennials, Gen Zs. They're the ones that are creating the narrative now in commercials and advertising. And there was a moment where everything was just going along and, grape nuts and the guy is there and he's picking grape nuts off the trees. And then all of a sudden grape nuts becomes something completely different where your mind is like, holy cow, I can't believe they went there with grape nuts. And that's where they went. And you know that it wasn't this generation that did it. None of this is making sense. I'm totally on an island right now. I wish I had an example of a commercial like that, but you probably have one. 239-479-5592. Or maybe not. So we're going to give you examples of that coming up. Also, there is some good news. If you are saying, I am never going to vote again, I am tired of fighting, we lost and we're losing because Democrats are snakes and they'll do whatever it takes to win, and even if it means doing things that are highly suspicious and then have others that would go along with their illegal activities and put their stamp on it or their blessing or say there's nothing to see here and I just can't do it anymore. Don't do it. Because there is some news that's out there that should make you feel good, especially in the state of Florida. And proving what we can do if we all come together and what is, for lack of a better way of putting it, I guess a roadmap on how the rest of the country can do what we've been able to do here in the state with the numbers during the 2020 election. It's really important. So we're going to get to that. All right. Hey, how many people have been watching the impeachment hoax? Have you even been paying attention? You're kind of dipping in, dipping out if the media is talking about it. Here's a couple of fun little nuggets of what went down. I don't know if you know Jamie Raskin. If you know who Jamie Raskin is, the lead impeachment manager, Jamie Raskin is somebody who is not a impartial lawyer. He's not impartial at all. He's extremely partial. The process is extremely partial. We all know it. Patrick Leahy is the judge that is sitting there instead of a Supreme Court justice who technically you would believe should be there, but is not. And so we have a partial judge with a partial jury that has the numbers to try to make it look as if this is something impartial. It's a joke, and we all know it. If you want an example of how impartial Jamie Raskin is, I'm going to give you one in just a second, but I want you to listen to some of what was said yesterday as he was presenting the case against the president. And of course, it's very compelling when they're using all of this language and putting words into the president's mouth or his thoughts and his feelings, and you can tell what he was thinking. Really? I didn't know we had that ability. Apparently, Democrats do. But here's lead impeachment manager Jamie Raskin, a little bit of fun from yesterday.
He told them to fight like hell, and they brought us hell on that day.
Told them to fight like hell, and they brought us hell on that day.
Incited by President Trump, his mob attacked the Capitol.
His mob attacked the Capitol, incited by, right? No, none of this is here. Here's the moment in time where he said attack the Capitol. Doesn't exist. This is all out of their a very vivid imagination, right?
This assault unfolded live on television before a horrified nation.
Okay, now let me just slow down for a second. So there's Jamie Raskin, who wanted to let everybody know.
He told them to fight like hell.
And you never hear people talking about that we should fight like hell. You never hear anyone saying that at all. The words fight like hell would never be used by a Democrat or anybody on the left, because clearly when you say fight like hell, then that means physically fight like hell. I mean, it could incite violence. It could be a
fight like hell to make sure that we see this report, whether it's organizing again, whether it's using my lungs, whether it's outmaneuvering with our minds.
Oh, hey, there's Mr. Fun, Democrat, and just overall fun guy there. If you've recognized the voice of one Congressman, Representative Eric Swalwell, yeah, he was talking about fighting like hell when it comes to the impeachment process and getting to the bottom of even the Russia collusion hoax, right? Fighting like hell. Hey, is there any incitement of rioting there with that language? Do we get to have that? Hey, let me give you more.
In the Senate, Democrats are going to fight like hell to make this a reality.
It's Chuck Schumer.
Americans who took to the streets this week have demanded change. With this legislation, Democrats are heeding their calls.
Woo! What? Taking to the streets, heeding calls, fight like hell. Hey, that's the incitement of a riot, everybody. That's what I'm saying.
I want the people of Pennsylvania, the people all across this country to know that we are going to fight like hell to protect your vote, to secure your vote, and to make sure that your vote is counted.
That's the Attorney General Josh Shapiro in the state of Pennsylvania, Democrat. They're going to fight like hell. They're talking about the Postal Service. And you remember the whole Postal Service drama that was a story, that really wasn't a story because it was another one of those stories that were created by the media. I remember the Postal Service and not being able to mail in ballots and all that. Right, they're going to fight like hell.
How confident are you that Kentuckians are going to have the ability to vote freely in November?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm confident that we're going to fight like hell to make sure they can.
Okay. This goes on and on and on. The great Tom Elliott from Gravian supercutting this up. And, man, it is just Democrat after Democrat after Democrat after Democrat of fighting like hell. So sit down. Jamie Raskin should sit down. He really should. The same Jamie Raskin who here during 2016 and the joint session of Congress and the Electoral College vote certification, Hey, can I mention this audio that I'm about to play is from the Electoral College vote certification in 2016? I give you the lead impeachment manager, Jamie Raskin. You ready?
What purpose is member right?
Yeah, why?
I have an objection because 10 of the 29 electoral votes cast by Florida were cast by electors not lawfully certified because they violated Florida's prohibition against dual office holding.
Debate is out of order. Section 15 and 17 of the Title III of the United States Codes require that any objection be presented in writing, signed by both members of the House of both a member of the House of Representatives and a senator. Is the objection in writing and signed not only by the member of the House of Representatives but also by a senator?
It is in writing, Mr. President.
Is it signed by a senator?
Not as of yet, Mr. President.
In that case, the objection cannot be entertained.
Oh, no, there you go. That same, it's the same Jamie Raskin. There, Democrat, House member, 2016, who was like, hey, listen, we've got a problem. We're challenging the validity of the Electoral College votes in 2016. Sit down and shush it. Shush it. That's what a lot of people are saying. I don't know that a lot of people are actually saying that. It's more of my mom. My mom does that. My mom says, listen, I don't know who these people are. I'm just telling you right now they need to shush because you're giving me agita. That's what my mom would say. But I'm just telling you that Jamie Raskin, lead impeachment manager, who's trying to make the claim that the president said fight like hell, and everybody knows what fight like hell means, and nobody else uses it until you realize that Democrats have used it time and time and time and time again, and we can make the same case that there was an incitement of riot. Listen, the Twitterverse went crazy. You know, conservative Twitter, where everybody is frightened about conservative Twitter? Yeah. So, all right, Steve in Fort Myers, who wanted to talk about this very issue. You enjoying this part deux of impeachment of a non-sitting president, Steve?
About as much as I enjoyed my last colonoscopy.
Oh, you've had one of those? I heard they're
a couple of them. They're great. I think everybody should have one.
Well, they should, but that's good.
Real quick, if only a sitting president can be impeached, which is what the Constitution says, and Donald Trump's no longer the president, are the Democrats admitting to us that they cheated? Donald Trump's still the president? Because then if he's acquitted, that means Mr. Biden needs to move out of the White House if he's even in there. And go back to doing, accosting women or running around in circles or whatever he does.
Oh, now you're making crazy accusations about good old Uncle Joe. Don't do that.
Not a joke. Not a joke. I don't know. If I was that nurse in Arizona, I'd probably be kind of upset since he couldn't make it through the press conference.
Yeah, well, there's a little bit of that. All right. Well, listen, thanks, Steve. Of course, the Constitution and how the text reads is basically whatever Democrats decide that it means. And if it doesn't say it in there, it means, look, do you realize that just like the impeachment hoax that's happening right now, part two, that just like they're saying that the president said it, it's in his head, when you can't know what's in somebody's head, but if a Democrat says it, then it's obvious, is the same way that Democrats could put what's in the framers and the founders of this country in their head when they wrote the Constitution, that even though it's not in there specifically, literally in the text, that doesn't matter because they can make the assumption of what they were actually thinking. And if they can do that, well, it's miraculous, I tell you. It's magical. And that's a lot of what they've been doing. 239-479-5592. All right, Jake, let's take a break. And when we come back, we're going to get to more of your calls. We're going to talk more about this. Last night, the five was awesome yesterday, if you missed it, because it's a perfect example of how you have Juan Williams, right? Left-leaning Juan Williams, demonstrating the point we just made, which is you can't put something into people's mouths that didn't come out of their mouths, and you can't assume you know what's in somebody's head. But that's what Democrats are trying to do, and that's why nobody's paying attention. But we'll reinforce what you probably already know, and then we'll get to more issues. There's some positive news that's out there, and we need to pull those nuggets of information in as well, because it's not all bad. It feels that way sometimes, and hopefully you're double masking. Oh, yeah, there's that, too. We're going to get to that coming up. Stay break, 92.5 Fox News, right all along. DrewSteele.com, the website if you want to watch. And there's Sabrina Katz with the traffic.
A disabled vehicle in Collier on Radio Road at the intersection of Ibis Club Drive is slowing traffic eastbound heading to Davis. There's also a delay already on Goodlett Frank of about 1 mile heading southbound of Vanderbilt. I would really stick to US 41 if you can navigate towards that way. As of right now, it is up to speed. Also, slowdowns on Immokalee Road east of Livingston to the interstate. The interstate is very busy and packed heading south of Alico. Make sure to use those turn signals this morning. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority. For today, we'll start with some patchy fog on a humid morning. 80s on the way for this afternoon. Another spring-like forecast, but please factor in the possibility for a few spotty showers. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
This Fox News business report is presented by Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions Incorporated, providing organic and botanical pest control solutions since 2011.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
On Wall Street Wednesday, the Dow finished up about 62 points. The S&P was flat. The Nasdaq dropped about 35. A lot of Americans are having a hard time saving for a rainy day. A new survey by Go Banking Rates finds 4 in 10 people have less than $300 in savings. More retailers are giving workers incentives to get the COVID vaccine.
Target will be offering its workers opting to get a COVID-19 vaccine up to 4 hours of pay and free Lyft rides up to $15 each way to a vaccination site. 4 hours will cover both doses, 2 hours per dose. And Tractor Supply will be giving its workers a one-time $50 payment and as much time as needed to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Hillary Barsky, Fox News.
That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jill Nato, invested in you.
So much is happening, but who can you trust? You need to check out Newsmax TV, the fastest growing news channel in America. Watch it on all major cable systems and see shows with Sean Spicer, Greg Kelly, Lindsey Keith, Stinchfield, and Rob Schmidt. They're giving you the real story on Biden and Pelosi. So download the free Newsmax app on your smartphone now or watch Newsmax on Roku, YouTube, Pluto, Zumo, and more. 30 million Americans watch Newsmax TV. Should you?
Are you looking for the perfect spot for your retirement? Just add water. Shell Point Retirement Community is located in Fort Myers on the Caloosahatchee River, just minutes from the Gulf of Mexico and Sanibel Island. Enjoy a vibrant waterfront lifestyle with miles of walking and bike trails. For boaters, there's a private marina with free boat docks to keep your boat right at home. Or join your friends on the community boat for cruises to local restaurants and beaches. Shell Point is comprised of 7 neighborhoods with scenic water views. Life slows down on the water as residents enjoy kayaking through hundreds of acres of secluded bird-filled waterways. To learn more about waterfront living at Shell Point, schedule a private appointment or attend one of our weekly group seminars, which include a tour of the community. Call 239-466-1131 or go online to shellpoint.org. Enjoy waterfront living today. It's all here at Shell Point.
Heard the good news about COVID-19 vaccines? They're here, but you can do more than wait for your turn. Here's how. Stay at least 6 feet away from folks you don't live with. And it's risky to be indoors with them too. And masks? Well, they protect both the person wearing them and the folks around them. Wear a mask, watch your distance, and make a big difference now.
Learn more about vaccines at cdc.gov/coronavirus. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Order!
Continue, Ms. Garner.
With the Capital One Venture Card, you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every day.
Objection! My credit card doesn't earn double miles on every purchase.
I object to your objection. With the Capital One Venture Card, you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase.
Order. Please read Counselor's last statement.
With the Capital One Venture Card, you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase.
I'll allow it.
No further questions, Your Honor. Well, just one. What's in your wallet?
Capital One Bank USA.
Valentine's Day is a celebration of love and affection, and this is where the Diamond District shines. Visit Jason and Todd through Valentine's Day for 27% off all diamond stud earrings, diamond heart pendants starting at only $399, and the largest selection of GIA loose certified diamonds at the most competitive prices in the world.
Yeah, you heard right. Rockstar Harley is willing to finance. Come down to Rockstar Harley's WTF pre-owned sales event this week. Good credit, bad credit, no credit, we can help. We must sell 50 pre-owned bikes by this Sunday at Rockstar Harley. Willing to finance 10 event ends this Sunday.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
And we learned today that Bruce Springsteen is now facing a drunk driving charge in New Jersey. The National Park Service.
The Jeep commercial wanting to unite, a guy from New Jersey with a cowboy hat on. You know how that works. And, Jeep had to pull the ads from YouTube because the DUI was a DWI. Anyway, remember the commercial? It's the boss. 239-479-5592. There you go. That's a little awkward. Hey, coming up, we'll play that audio from the Five in case you missed it yesterday. The Five erupted. And when you dig into it and listen to what they said, it really is, it's pretty self-explanatory when you hear it, but it's good stuff. Also, some interesting news out of the state of Florida. We're going to get to that. And hey, you ready to double mask? If the CDC says we have to double mask, what does it mean about the single masks? And if you're a state that mandated single masks, are you in trouble now?
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. I'm Alan with Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions. My 6 years of service to my country taught me a lot about integrity, trust, and getting the job done and getting it done right. I have integrated much of my Army training into the business. And I mean integrated. I'm actually standing here recording in my fatigues. I understand that it may seem that there are more pest control companies than bugs, but our company is very different. A lot of pest control companies are what we call spray jockeys. You see bugs, and they just come and spray. You see more bugs, so they spray more. My team's approach consists of understanding what's causing the bugs to come in. Sometimes it's something as simple as caulking or patching holes. Spraying is not always the answer. If you're tired of the spray jockeys and want real pest control solutions, call us, Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions, today at 595-4867. That's 595-4867. Now serving Marco, Naples, Bonita, and Estero.
It's Drew Steele visiting with my friend TJ, owner of the Floormeisters in Naples. And first of all, TJ, you know how much I love my Cortec, my home, my wife. When I bring people over, I kind of brag on the floor. Actually, they brag on it for me. They look and they see how beautiful it is. And the selection you have is amazing. Talk about it.
We have 100 colors of Cortec right now that we stock by the pallet, so I can sell it cheaper to you every day than anybody else around. We're getting in, I believe, 10 new colors for their entries for 2021. Usually we go out to Vegas and see it there, but with coronavirus, they brought it to me this time.
So you want to see it for yourself? Go to the Floormeisters. You're going to really love it. 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco. Give them a call. 239-596-4964. 239-596-4964. Or on the web at floormeisters.com.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no loan costs, period. If the mortgage you have right now was done prior to COVID-19, you should call us for a free review. At Mortgage Warehouse, we understand how frustrating it can be to make your mortgage payment month after month, and the loan balance just doesn't seem to go down. The payment is mostly interest, but we can help with that. We can combine near record low mortgage rates with our local no closing cost program to improve your mortgage payment right away. You do not have to roll any closing costs into your loan balance to get these ultra-low mortgage rates. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or call 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
92.5 Fox News.
Right all along.
Wink News traffic.
A disabled vehicle in Collier on Radio Road at the intersection of Ibis Club Drive is slowing traffic eastbound heading to Davis. There's also a delay already on Goodlip Frank of about 1 mile heading southbound of Vanderbilt. I would really stick to US 41 if you can navigate towards that way as of right now. It is up to speed. Also slowdowns on Immokalee Road east of Livingston to the interstate. The interstate is very busy and packed heading south of Alico. Make sure to use those turn signals this morning. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another humid day across southwest Florida, and as a result, we'll start with some patchy morning fog, and then actually the chance will be there for a few spotty showers as we go throughout the day. Widespread rain not expected. Will be very hit or miss as everybody feels our spring-like temperatures into the 80s. More patchy fog Friday morning. The 80s are set to return for your Friday afternoon and all the way towards the weekend, where a few showers possible Saturday and then a chance of scattered rain for Valentine's Day, with more 80s as we start next week, too. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Plug into the power. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. I'd like to tell you that I'm the best AC mechanic in my company, but I'd be lying to you. I think my NATE certified mechanic team hides my tools from me so I don't hurt myself. You see, I'm the old guy, and I've been doing this work.
Hey, just want to say good morning to everybody, and wanted to see who was watching today. It's Thursday. We're getting closer to the weekend, and I'm excited about that. So I just figured I would reach out off camera. As you can tell, microphone doesn't matter. It's just off camera. Just wanted to see who's watching at 6:33 in the morning. We're coming back in just a couple of more minutes. So just wanted to say good morning to folks that are watching on either drewsteele.com or you're watching on facebook.com/drewsteeleradio. You're watching at YouTube at Drew Steele Radio, wherever you are, just to to get the message out for as long as they're going to keep hosting us. I mean, who knows how long that's going to be. Jessica, good morning. Terry. Terry's like saying all kinds of stuff here. I was just going to Jessica first. Just wanted to say good morning, folks. Sorry, Terry, I know you're there. And Terry's writing a whole bunch of stuff, but it's hard to keep up with everything that he's writing. But I appreciate that you're here. Richard Wagner, good morning. Good to see you. Gary, good to see you as well. Yes, Terry, you're here. I know, and you've been writing a lot, which is good. I just haven't had time to look to see because I'm trying to figure out where I'm going next with the show. Tiffany Ann in North Naples, good to see you there. Let's see, text. I know it's very active this morning, Laura. You're right. We're kicking it. We're kicking like chicken, as the kids say. Or I don't know if a kid says that or not, but they should because they haven't said it before. All right, Gary's here again. Good morning, Gary. Good to see you. Gatorland is always here. Happy. And Jane's in Chester in the UK. Jane, so it's not really morning. It's good morning to us, but it's good afternoon to you, right? If you're there in the UK. So good afternoon, Lady Catherine. Good to see you. Oh, gosh. How is it that every time I click on somebody... Oh, because Terry's like feverishly typing stuff in, and I can't... I love the passion there, Terry, but it's like, yeah. All right, what were you saying? Oh, having fun watching Trump drain the swamp. Okay. So we got a lot of folks that are watching. I'm looking at the time. We're going to kick back over to live and stand by.
Sorry, I'm too busy.
We tell you how we're doing it.
Sorry, I'm on assignment right now. I'm on a deadline.
We weren't so busy doing it.
Getting it first, getting it right.
Trust Wake News, weeknights at 6.
All new Dr. Phil. She claims she was abused by the police department.
You put the hair on my face. Here you go. Is that better?
Does that seem abusive to you? It was like this female deputy was her personal assistant.
She likes to be argumentative. She's very difficult to deal with.
They threw me in the jail cell.
Isn't it true they were responding to your request to be kept alone?
Ever since I got thrown in jail, I have not been the same.
You got thrown into the jail because you're a drunk.
New Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil, today at 5 on WXCW.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I'm an interior designer and I trust Rock Solid.
If you're looking for just the right countertops for your home, the choice is simple. Rock Solid.
I'm a contractor and I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
Whether you're a homeowner or a contractor who wants the finest countertops, choose Rock Solid, a company you can trust.
Rock Solid in the Pink Building, 2240 J&C Boulevard, Naples. Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. When I was born, I got lucky. A gift, if you will. My early life was really hard for many reasons, but at the time, it really didn't seem all that hard. I had a close relationship with my brothers and sister and loads of friends. Those days of desperation and poverty led me to my job today, representing the people, not the powerful. But my job is really not a job because I never considered it work. In many ways, it's more like a public service. Now, as I age, I get to look back at all the cases and all the people and all the trials. And the best part is when I get to see you all out and about. When I pray before I sleep, I thank God for the gift I received at birth, the genuine love I have for people, all people. Maybe that's why my work never seemed like work to me. When I was born, I got lucky. I got to meet all of you. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Dial pound law on your cell.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
Glenn Beck at 9 and Rush at noon. Right now, it's Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, a reminder coming up at 7:50, Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD, one of the most important segments anywhere in radio because it is a civics lesson, it's a political lesson, and we all need that now more than ever. And so you want to learn. Plus, this week, I don't know if you're checking out your watches, if you've got a calendar anywhere nearby. If you look at today's date is the 11th, February 11th. We're just days away from a day that some people often forget about. And then when they realize they forgot, oh boy, are there consequences. That is Valentine's Day is coming up. And no better place to go than Naples Soap Company if you want to get yourself or someone you love well, you could get it for yourself too. A great gift for Valentine's Day. I don't know. Maybe it's something for you. Maybe it's something for someone you love. So we have a $50 gift card to Naples Soap Company just for playing Drew's College this morning. That's coming up at 7:50. So I want you all to be ready. 239-479-5592. And the text line is there as well. Also, drewsteele.com. We are streaming live so you can watch each and every day. Look, I don't know how many people have been masking up, but one mask has not been enough. You're making a huge mistake. It's a big mistake. You got to wear 2 masks. So that's it now. The CDC is recommending that we all wear 2 masks, not 1, not 2. Now, we're still trying to figure out where the evidence is to suggest that 2 masks are the way to go the more we mask up. Well, let's put it this way. You would be correct not even being a doctor. You don't have to be a doctor. You don't have to be an epidemiologist. You don't have to be a virologist, a urologist, or a gist. You don't even have to have a gist of the idea of what's going on. You just have to have basic common sense. And basic common sense would tell you that if you wore 15 masks on your face, the chances of you breathing something in are slim to none. The chances of you surviving for very long are slim to none, being that the oxygen count would be extremely low in your body, considering that you would be having a hard time breathing. So having said that, the CDC is saying, listen, we've got all the evidence to show that you just got to wear 2 masks. That's the only way we're going to be able to defeat this. To fight the virus. And we have empirical evidence. We have objective evidence. We have graphs. We have all kinds of places that we can go if you take just this amount of time. My fingers are thinly spread apart if you're not watching on drewsteele.com to find out that masks and mandates do not work. I'm looking at a graph right now between North and South Dakota, 2 completely different states. One state has had mask mandates and business restrictions. In South Dakota, as you probably well know, the governor, Kristi Noem, no masks, no business restrictions. And if you look at the graph, they are quite honestly just about identical, although North Dakota has more cases than South Dakota. But the mask versus non-mask wearing states, the data is just about identical, and you can even break that down from the macro to the micro when you talk about counties in the state of Florida and mask mandates, how the evidence shows that they do not make a difference. So the CDC says we got to up it 1. That's all it is. So many questions have come up about this. First of all, I want to know from you, I'd love to hear, 239-479-5592. Are you now going to wear 2 masks as opposed to 1? I would love to know. You can just call or you can even text. I'll go to the text line and I'll take a look at it. Yes or no? Are you in? You ready to do your part to make a difference to eradicate this virus? No, wait, that's not. That's not it. We're not trying to eradicate the virus. We are told by multiple individuals. I think I'm not sure if Dr. Fauci said this or not, so I'm not going to say that he did. But I know that I have been reading articles to suggest that COVID-19 is here to stay. There'll be a COVID-20, 21. 22. It's like the flu, everybody. There's going to be different variants. We're hearing I'm looking at the newsroom right behind me. And Wink News has been talking about this, and other newsrooms have been talking about the fact that now there's a new variant out there, and it appears as if the state of Florida is ground zero. You see where we're going here? Is now the location where we are beginning to see this new variant. I think they're calling it a UK variant, but I'm not sure you're allowed to do that because you can't say it was the Chinese, the China virus. You can't say it was from China. You're not allowed to do that. DrewSteele.com may be very well may be down right now because I just said it, but you could say UK variant. You can say other kinds of variants from other places. I thought you weren't allowed to do that, but I guess you are. So we're told now that the White House is considering domestic travel restrictions because there's this new variant. And guess where it's most prominent? It's most prominent in California and the state of Florida. You know how many cases we have in the state of Florida? It's something like 363 cases. 363 cases of this new variant. Now, people are saying, don't do it. Don't let the low number deceive you. Because that's what people were saying early on when they were talking about COVID-19. It's just a low number. There's nothing to see here. Everything is going to be fine until all of a sudden you see where we are. But Are we being told that it's more deadly? No. Is it more contagious? Possibly, yeah. Is it more deadly? No. Are we going to have COVID for a very, very long time because there's going to be different strains and different variants? Yep, it looks like that's going to be the case. So what's the plan, guys? What's the out? When do we all get out of this? What are we going to do? And again, if you look at, and don't take my words out of context, and I know some of you Democrats do this all the time. Somebody said it came from China. There, I said it. Don't do it. That we understand how serious it is to certain individuals, but we also understand the science and the data that suggests how deadly it is or is not. And why do we deny that? I don't. Why does Dr. Anthony Fauci just days ago, all right, maybe 2 weeks ago, deny the science behind wearing 2 masks? Hey, not my words, his.
There are many people who feel, if you really want to have an extra little bit of protection, maybe I should put 2 masks on. There's nothing wrong with that, but there's no data that indicates that that is going to make a difference. And that's the reason why the CDC has not changed the recommendation.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Hold on a second, everybody. That was January. Do you realize how fast things change, Jake? I don't know if you realize this, but there's not a lot that we know about COVID-19. There are things that are going on that we just don't have any idea. I mean, it's a new phenomenon. We're really not very sure about it. And so things change just like that. There's Dr. Fauci in January, the end of January, saying, look, there's no data to indicate that wearing double masks is going to be better. And so that's why the CDC has Excuse me? Oh, wait. Hey, can we redo that video? Because I just found out that everything's changed because I don't know. All right. Tim's in Fort Myers. Hello, Tim.
How you doing?
I'm here.
Awesome. Hey, listen, double mask, triple mask, all that stuff is just to cover up the fact that it's getting better and the numbers are going down because they don't have enough validity to say, because Trump's out of office now all of a sudden things are get better. It's to hide the fact that the whole thing was overblown from the beginning.
It's sure.
Yes, the CYA.
Now here's the thing. There are people that are listening to you, Tim, and say, how dare you say that? I know somebody who passed away from COVID. It's an outrageous thing for you to say. But you're not saying,
they died.
Well, you're not saying that you're not sorry that took place. You're not saying that COVID isn't real. You understand what it is, but you also understand what it is not. And you're concerned about what has taken place in the past and the way this thing has been hyped up. And we have never been given the information to calm us down, if you will, Tim, to make us not believe that. I mean, if it was there from the beginning, we wouldn't be talking like this. But when we have Fauci, who in January says, no, double mask, and all of a sudden now we got the CDC going, oh, yeah, you got a double mask. How do you do that this far away from where COVID was introduced to the world, thanks to someplace on the planet. I have no idea where it came from.
You put it much more eloquently than I did.
I did. Do you think so? Jake argues with me all the time. He says the last person in this building that's elegant or eloquent is me. And I
beg to differ.
Wait, did you say eloquent? Oh no, he said elegant, not eloquent. He doesn't have a problem with me being eloquent. He doesn't think that I'm elegant. And I never claimed to be elegant. So I have no idea where he gets that from, Tim. Okay, thanks for gosh.
So just one more thing.
Yes, sir.
The reason Biden is president is because they promised that they would make the Hunter situation go away. I'm just saying.
Yeah, did you hear him, Jake? He just said that Epstein didn't kill himself. Is that what you just said? That's a horrible thing to say, Tim. That's a horrible thing. Thanks for the call. It's outrageous. I mean, there is something to be said, though, about No. Jake's like, yeah, talk about the Epstein thing. No, we're not talking about the Epstein. I'm saying that there is something. You got to stop.
On both sides of the spectrum, you're right, though.
Yeah.
A lot of questions to be asked about Hunter and...
There's the point. If you are a journalist and you're doing journalism, then congratulations, because you're alone. Nobody else is doing it. But if you want people to stop saying things like Tim is saying, it's an outrage, or other individuals who have been saying things about the Bidens, their connections with the Chinese Communist Party and Hunter and the laptop and the concerns about election integrity and about the Constitution and what states decided to do at the last minute. And when did we ever have an election where at 9 o'clock everybody's like, hey, I'm tired. You want to go home and start this up in the morning? Yeah, let's do that. When have we ever had that? We've never even talked about that aspect of it. That seems unusual. And we can go on and on and on. If you want all of us to stop talking about this and go away, then as journalists, the best thing you can do is to give us all the evidence to show what actually took place, the truth, the facts. And then this way, you won't even have this conversation anymore. It all goes away. We won't have the feeling like the goalposts are constantly moved on us. 15 days to slow the spread, bringing it to 30 till we got to wear double masks. To nobody's allowed to leave their house. The kids can't even go to school. There's a whole story on that coming up as well. You know how it goes. Walrus is in Fort Myers, although it sounds like he's in a vehicle, so maybe he's not physically in Fort Myers right now. He could be any place on the planet.
Yes, I am in Fort Myers. Roads are good.
Thank you. We got to. That's a. Hold on a second. Do we have any traffic music we can play? Thank you. Walrus just gave us a traffic report on the road where he is. So good stuff.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Just part of the service I provide.
You do provide quite the service, Walrus. I don't really know what other service you provide, but it's a good one.
Postal service, but we'll leave that alone.
That's a good one too.
I had a thought. Yeah, that's where I work, and I'm on my way home from work right now.
Excellent.
Anyway, my point, or my thing I want to say.
Yes.
I don't think that, two masks are going to make you look as stupid as wearing two hats at the same time. So maybe we need to create masks that are just do a better job of blocking the germs from moving. So I suggest, and I'm suggesting that the Congress and the Senate today and for the next 7 days can prevent themselves from getting COVID by wearing either a vinyl, rubber, or masks that have a little more substance to them.
I see what you're saying. Okay, so if they really want us to wear masks that are going to stop COVID, then we should just be serious about what actually does. And so you're saying so you're making the horrible, outrageous suggestion that we should all duct tape our mouths shut. Is that what you're suggesting? That if that's what we need to do?
Something like that. Yeah, exactly. We could pack our nostrils with cotton.
All right. No, we're not. No, we're not going to. I get what you're saying. I understand.
And it would be awesome to see our president do this, because being the first cadaver American as president, he would be the golden child.
All right, goodbye, Walrus. We got to go. Oh gosh, that's how we're starting our morning today. You understand the point of both Tim and Walrus. And the point is, I guess Walrus might be saying, how about we take $1.9 trillion and try to put it into companies that can get us a technology that can make sure that we wear a mask that not only can we breathe properly out of, but we can also eliminate 100% of anything that goes through it. You would imagine that at this point, if that was possible, it would have been done already. I guess. All right, 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. DrewSteele.com, the website, if you want to watch. We do appreciate it. Steele has 3 E's. Yes, it does. And Facebook.com/DrewSteeleRadio. Stay break, 92.5 Fox News. Hey, when we come back, we'll talk more about some of the hypocrisy and the joke that is the impeachment part. Wait till you hear some of this audio. And I promise you that audio from the 5 yesterday, it's brilliant. We'll check that out as well. Here's Sabrina Katz with your traffic.
Traffic is very packed on 75 heading southbound towards Immokalee Road. We are congested this morning heading southbound, so make sure to give yourself a few extra minutes as you are commuting this way. Also in Collier County, there's a slowdown on Radio Road just to the west of Davis, and delays as well on Golden Gate Parkway heading west to Sunshine Boulevard. 951 is slowing down south of Green Boulevard towards Golden Gate. And Immokalee Road, of course, we're seeing that delay begin heading east of Logan, just near Gulf Coast High. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, we'll start with some patchy fog on a humid morning. 80s on the way for this afternoon. Another spring-like forecast, but please factor in the possibility for a few spotty showers. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Rush Limbaugh.
Most jarring moments of first presidential debate between Trump and plugs came during their exchange on the riots in blue cities across the country. Now, Biden declared that the violent radical left-wing group Antifa is an idea, not an organization. He half-quoted testimony from the FBI Director Christopher Wray that Antifa was more of a movement or ideology than an organization. Now, what he forgot to mention, Biden forgetting, it's common, is that the FBI director also testified that Antifa is a real thing that is coalescing regionally into small groups and is among the most violent anarchist extremists under FBI investigation. Now, for anybody who follows the news, there's no debate. Antifa cells have been perpetrating violence and vandalism for years. Self-identified Antifa members committed arson and destroyed property at the Trump inauguration. Portland, Oregon has been under siege by Antifa for months. Now, aside from the nightly riots and arson, they've even tried to set fire to police stations with cops and other people inside. For years, Antifa has been causing violent chaos in Portland and also in Seattle. The main question isn't whether Antifa is an organization or an idea. The only important question is why Democrat mayors and governors have put up with Antifa and haven't called for the federal help they need to crush these violent anti-American extremists. And we know why. Last year, there was a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. That means a cyber bad guy could be selling your personal info on the dark web without you even knowing it. That's just one form of identity theft. Now, you might miss certain threats to your identity by just relying on bank statements or monitoring your credit. The solution? LifeLock identity theft protection. LifeLock sees certain threats that you could miss on your own. Plus, if you become a victim of identity theft, a U.S.-based identity restoration specialist will help you fix your problems. Of course, no one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but LifeLock can help protect your personal information. Save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com using the promo code RUSH. Just go to LifeLock.com or call 800-440-4833 and enter the promo code RUSH. Promo code RUSH for 25% off.
Hey, it's Jake DeMolino here from Daybreak to talk about AMCO of Bonita Springs. Everyone's been affected by the pandemic, and I was definitely no exception. But here's the thing. I had an issue, a well-known issue. Kevin and Todd came to the rescue, effectively giving me my life back. They put their expertise to work on my transmission that was completely shot. His master mechanic told me that it was probably the worst transmission he's seen in his 30 years of working. And let me tell you, he knocked it out of the park. He helped me, and I'm sure he can help you as well. AMCO of Bonita Springs has been trusted in Southwest Florida since 2008. They've been through pandemics, recessions, you name it. They're located right off of Burnwood Drive in Bonita, an independent, conservative AMCO dealer whose award-winning customer service speaks for itself. They work on all makes and models, and they don't just do transmissions. They can do oil changes, normal maintenance, tires, you name it. For those of you out there with classic cars, there's no one I could trust more than Kevin and Todd with something I know you cherish and is so near and dear to you. So give Kevin and Todd a call at AMCO of Bonita Springs. 239-992-2626. 239-992-2626.
Heard the good news about COVID-19 vaccines? They're here, but you can do more than wait for your turn. Here's how. Stay at least 6 feet away from folks you don't live with. And it's risky to be indoors with them, too. And masks? Well, they protect both the person wearing them and the folks around them. Wear a mask, watch your distance, and make a big difference now.
Learn more about vaccines at cdc.gov/coronavirus. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Trust. It's not a concept, it's a commitment.
Reliable and honest every single day.
At Wink News, we're committed to reporting the news that matters for you.
Thank you for trusting Wink News. This is a big story.
And that affects you.
We're coming to you live.
Because if we're asking for your trust, we will continue our commitment to be trustworthy.
The reason people trust us is the people that work here.
With 6 decades in the community, trust Wink News. Weeknights at 6.
On the next Drew Barrymore show, what do you want for Valentine's Day? A box of chocolates? Absolutely. A box of cheese? Holy moly. She's got the love thing down. It's Priyanka Chopra Jonas. Do you have any tips on an awesome marriage? Plus, Giada's cheesy pasta dish. All new Drew.
Drew, today at 3 on Wink.
Where can you shop for your Valentine and you don't have to know her size, you don't have to spend a fortune, and your gift is sure to please? Naples Soap Company, of course. They've got everything you need for a romantic and cozy Valentine's Day right at home. Luxurious body butters, bath bombs, body oils, candles, and more. Hit a home run this Valentine's Day with one of their pre-wrapped gift sets. Shop in stores at Naples Soap Company or online at naplessoap.com.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
92.5 Fox News.
When only the truth will do.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station. 92.5 Fox News.
The commander-in-chief went to the Pentagon with a big adversary on his mind.
We need to meet the growing challenges posed by China to keep peace and defend our interests in the Indo-Pacific and globally.
The president then had his first call with the Chinese leader, and a White House readout shows the president raised concerns about China's unfair economic practices, its crackdown on Hong Kong, and human rights abuses. The president also put sanctions on Burma.
The military must relinquish power it seized and demonstrate respect for the will of the people of Burma.
For the fourth day in a row, the number of coronavirus cases reported in the U.S. yesterday was under 100,000, a trend we haven't seen since October. For the first time this NBA season, the national anthem played in Dallas. Before the Mavericks beat the Atlanta Hawks last night, team owner Mark Cuban had not been playing it, which wasn't noticed with no fans at the games yet.
The NBA at first stood by the Mavs, but they reversed course, saying all teams will play the national anthem in keeping with long-standing league policy. Cuban has spoken out in the past in support of players' right to protest.
That's Fox's Jillian Turner. America's listening to Fox News.
In honor
this
of President's
update is presented
Day,
by
Dell.
Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic is very packed on 75 heading southbound towards Immokalee Road. We are congested this morning heading southbound, so make sure to give yourself a few extra minutes as you are commuting this way. Also in Collier County, there's a slowdown on Radio Road just to the west of Davis, and delays as well on Golden Gate Parkway heading west to Sunshine Boulevard. 951 is slowing down south of Green Boulevard towards Golden Gate. And Immokalee Road, of course, we're seeing that delay begin heading east of Logan, just near Gulf Coast High. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another humid day across Southwest Florida, and as a result, we'll start with some patchy morning fog, and then actually the chance will be there for a few spotty showers as we go throughout the day. Widespread rain not expected. Will be very hit or miss as everybody feels our spring-like temperatures into the 80s. More patchy fog Friday morning. The 80s are set to return for your Friday afternoon and all the way towards the weekend, where a few showers possible Saturday and then a chance of scattered rain for Valentine's Day, with more 80s as we start next week, too. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Drive the lefties at work crazy with the facts. Get up to speed mornings with Drew Steele. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash. There is nothing that changes as much as tax law. After all, there have been tax changes, stimulus dollars, changes on the changes, but they're all meant to put more money in your pocket. Don't make a mistake that could cost you thousands. Let EG Tax be your tax interpreter and guide. Come join the EG Tax family at their Naples office across from Tamiami Ford. Call 239-262-2009. That's 262-2009. Or click egtax.com. That's egtax.com.
The 15th annual Cane Country Auction is this weekend at the Atlantic Sugar Mill site in Belle Glade. On the auction block will be a wide variety of tractors, farm equipment, and construction equipment, plus over 60 zero-turn mowers and more than 50 trucks and vans. It's all got to go this Saturday, February 13th, with the auction starting at 9 a.m. in Belle Glade. For a preview and directions, go to DemottAuction.com. That's DEMOTT auction.com.
What's that switch in your kitchen do?
Nothing. Flick it on, off, nothing happens.
Weird.
Now, if it would turn on the overhead fan, that would be cool. Can't get that to work either.
Frustrating.
You know, this is what's wrong with humanity. We think we got it all figured out, but we don't even know what the switch is supposed to do.
Dave.
Think we can build a spaceship that takes us to Mars when we can't even get a switch to work?
Hey, Dave.
I swear, we're never gonna leave this solar system. We'll be stuck on this planet forever until we all go extinct.
Dave, what's the best case scenario?
Best case? Well, I make a call, someone comes and connects that switch to something, like maybe that overhead fan.
That's best?
Well, sure, but...
That's best. Best Home Services. They have 4 electricians and 4 trucks right now waiting for your call. They'd have that switch looked after in no time.
Well, I feel a bit silly now.
GetBest.com. When something goes wrong, we're waiting.
So maybe
we can go to Mars.
It's the biggest, fattest, zeroest event ever. Well, that's what it is. The Big Fat Zero event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. It's exactly what you've been waiting on, Southwest Florida, because you buy a new Nissan with zero money down, 0% APR financing, 0 payments till next year. What can be better? Winning the lottery? Sure, but then you'd have to pay a lot of taxes, pay your family, pay for a lawyer. I prefer the Big Fat Zero. Of course, because when you buy a new Nissan from Sutherland, you don't pay a penny down, you don't pay a penny in interest, and you don't pay a penny till 2022. Get to the Big Fat Zero event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and the all-new Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Shop online at NissanSales.com or CapeCoralNissan.com. If it doesn't say Sutherland, you paid too much. See dealer for details.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. That is the talk and text line. Streaming live at drewsteele.com. That is the website. You can go there. It's mobile friendly for your phone, for your smart device. You can watch at work on your computer at the website. It's pretty basic. Drew Steele at Facebook as well. Facebook.com/Drew Steele Radio. Steele has 3 E's, and we appreciate you liking it or just going YouTube and subscribing. Sure, whatever. For the time being, really, we just want to be able to make the program available to watch, and we do appreciate many of you who are taking advantage of that. Coming up this hour, 7:50, Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Have a little bit of fun. You know, that civics lesson that we all, well, not all of us need, but, well, we all need it. Well, let's just be honest. And a little bit of politics. And a $50 gift card to the Naples Soap Company, 6 locations around Southwest Florida. And boy, if you are thinking about Valentine's Day, you may be one of the few, because a lot of people have forgot that this weekend is Valentine's Day. And hopefully you haven't forgot about your special someone, because I guarantee you they haven't. And if you go home with nothing, oh, I can tell you what it's going to be like. Hand raised. Not saying that I am. Well, I kind of am. All right, so some of the headlines I want to get to before we get to the a little bit of audio from the impeachment hoax. Listen, you're not watching, you're not paying attention. Many people are not paying attention, and there's good reason because it's ridiculous. It's a joke. We all know it. Democrats are running the show, and you have the dinosaur Patrick Leahy, who's been in Congress there for 172 years. Him and Biden together, I think they could probably start a sports team that was able to play in different centuries. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. That it's a joke, but the audio that I'm going to play will just prove the point. What a mess it is. So just a little bit, so you can understand what's happening and what's not. Mark Cuban says that we're not going to play the national anthem at NBA games, and the NBA is requiring teams to play the national anthem. Look. It's pretty easy to see what's happening here. I'm just bringing it up because I think it's funny because Mark Cuban trying to make a point to try to placate to one side of the argument about the national anthem, which we all know what it is, and we all know how we feel about it. We know how the former president of the United States felt about it. We know how most of the country feels about it. And then there's another side that's like, hey, can you do us a favor? Can you not do this to us? Because we're trying to get people to show up again. We don't want the same thing happening to what happened to other professional sports like the NFL, and the numbers are not as good as they used to be. There's no denying it. Maybe we shouldn't do this. Well, you can't keep going back and forth. The Guardian, keep politics out of sports. Mark Cuban tried. Then all hell broke loose. Yeah, well, look, there's only politics in the national anthem if you decide to put it there and put it there for all the wrong reasons. I mean, could we just be honest about what it is? You sing the national anthem, you do it because you love this country. You understand those who fought and died for this country. You understand what that flag represents and the blood and the treasure that fought to preserve our rights and freedoms and liberty, and what that means and what this country means to you. The fact that there are people desperate to get here, not desperate to leave. Get all of that. That's what it is. And to take a moment in time where everybody is all together in one place to honor that is what it is. Simple. It's simple. And for those that try to argue the point that, politically speaking, I don't love where this country is. I don't love the things that this country has done to certain individuals, and I'm not happy with it, and I want it to change. Well, I do find it interesting that we have a past and framers and founders of this country that understood that the only way to make sure that we could keep a republic together, keep it strong, keep a nation strong, is to be able to recognize that there are things and flaws that we have, but we still, as a people, as Americans, have the ability to make change, to make things better due to the fact of what the framing of this country stands for, as opposed to places that are totalitarian, that are dictatorships, that are individuals and people who will not ever give you a say in anything that has to do with that. Do you not see that fundamentally? I mean, that seems very obvious. Maybe not. Maybe it's just me. 239-479-5592. So there you go. That's my sports minute. I need some kind of cool sports stinger. No, that's my breaking news stinger. That doesn't work. I need like a basketball, somebody dribble. I don't know what I need. Like get me a referee whistle. Can you pull one up real fast? You're just not fast enough. I can't stall anymore. I got to move on. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. Forget it. It's not going to happen. It'll happen at the most inopportune time. You watch. Watch Jake do a referee whistle sound effect while I'm talking about the impeachment hoax part 2. Watch this happen. I can feel it already. Just to give you an idea of a little bit of the ridiculousness. Go ahead. Just do it. Oh, my. All right. Wow, that was loud. Holy McGillicuddy. And if your last name is McGillicuddy, I apologize.
Was that
my
really
gosh.
that loud?
Well, I was concerned whether or not there was an opportunity to have kids in the future. Well, that's changed. Wow. That was loud. Whew. All right, I just need a minute. 239-479-5592. There's. Wow, that'll change your whole perspective on. Okay, moving on. All right, a couple of things about. Oh, I wanted to play this audio. The Five erupted yesterday. Juan Williams trying to make the case that we're all ignoring what's going on with this impeachment, that we're not studying and listening to and identifying exactly what the impeachment managers are saying and how evil and awful Donald Trump is, and it's his fault, and he did this, and he coordinated. I mean, all the things that are you would like to say that are flat out lies. There's no evidence of any of this. But boy, this back and forth says it all. Listen to this.
At a rally saying, you know what, destroy the Republican Party. It's chilling to see his tweets attacking McConnell, threatening Vice President Pence. So this today, Wednesday, this impeachment trial that you guys are all ignoring, I guess you're afraid of it because it's a reminder.
Don't mind read, Ron. Please don't mind read.
About it for
don't
10
mind
minutes.
read.
Let me finish.
Don't mind read, Dan.
Don't read my mind. There's no need. There's no need.
Number one, that's what Democrats do. They mind read. That's what's been going on. When you have Jamie Raskin, who is the impeachment manager, the impeachment lawyers, and there you go. And the first thing he says yesterday is...
He told them to fight like hell?
No, he didn't. He said fight like hell, but he didn't say it like fight like hell, like everybody get together and storm the Capitol. He didn't say that. That's not what he meant. And you know that's not what he meant because when you have people like Eric Swalwell, who in the past, when it comes to the Russian collusion hoax and impeachment, and he said, what was it? He said...
fight like hell to make sure that we see this report.
Yeah, we're going to fight like hell to see this report. Well, what does that mean? Are you inciting violence to see a report? Should people rush into the Capitol building at that moment? I mean, there's a lot of people that use that phrase, but it's not about when somebody says something, it's about what they actually meant when they said it. It's the mind reading thing that everybody on the Five is like, Juan Williams, what are you doing?
I listened to all of this, so let me tell you.
Then how could you be so wrong? How could you be so wrong?
If you listened, how could you be so wrong? Right, and you don't want it.
All right. Greg,
you're being so rude because I'm so right. Yeah. So it seems to me that what you heard today is how Trump was attacking not only Democrats but Republicans, and now he's forcing Republicans to make a choice. You can stand with the mob that stormed Capitol Hill and said bleep the cops. You can join the QAnon conspiracy. You can join the Proud Boys, violent extremists.
Do you see what he's doing? He's going along with what the impeachment management lawyers put out there with the video of individuals who were saying blank the police and QAnon, which if you walk down the street and said to your neighbor, hey, do you know what QAnon is? You know what they would say? No, they don't know, because this is what Democrats do. They take things and fringe things and then they raise them up to be at the level that they are not at in the slightest to make their case against the former president and quite frankly against you. And there's Juan Williams, who was doing the same thing, who wanted to put all this together. Things that weren't said, meanings that weren't present, but at the same time talking about ignoring the impeachment proceedings. He's frustrated. He's upset. Why are you all ignoring this? Well, quite honestly, there are a lot of people that are not watching and paying attention, and they're not because they know how this is going to end up, and they know what this is not constitutional. And just because the Senate says it's constitutional doesn't mean that it is. There's a lot of things that Democrat senators say that's basically
bowl of doggy do.
Well, that's not fair because she's not a senator. That's Nancy Pelosi, and she's a House member. Big difference. That's the kind of thing we learn when we play Drew's College of Political Knowledge. That's why it's important to listen and play at 7:50, because you would know that she's not a senator. So that's not fair. again, the hypocrisy and the joke of the process. Let me just play one more. Gosh, I wish I had enough time. I don't. Let me do this. Let's take a break. And when we come back, I want you to hear a little bit, just a little tiny bit of audio that shows you what a mess this whole thing is. When Senator Mike Lee objected to false evidence presented at the Trump impeachment trial. Really? That happened? Well, listen to how it played out. And it's not very long, but I'll explain it. And you'll see how, I'm telling you, Patrick Leahy and dinosaurs roam the earth at the same time. I'm convinced of it. You just have to hear it. It's incredible. All right, it's coming up. Daybreak 92.5, Fox News. Right all along, drewsteele.com is the website if you want to watch. We appreciate it, and we appreciate you listening to Sabrina Katz. She's got your traffic.
A slowdown in Estero on Williams Road, east and west between Via Coconut Point and Three Oaks. This is just in front of Estero High. Also delays from a crash in Bonita at Bonita Drive and Woods Circle. And slowdowns as well on Old 41 if you're heading south of West Terry to Bonita Beach Road. Couple ways to navigate around this. You can hop on Imperial Parkway or US 41. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, we'll start with some patchy fog on a humid morning. 80s on the way for this afternoon. Another spring-like forecast, but please factor in the possibility for a few spotty showers. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Get more than what the internet tells you. Get up to speed on The Drive with Trey Radel. Weekdays 5 to 7. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is Florida's factory direct window company. We manufacture, install, and guarantee your windows for life. One company, one call. Our replacement windows are made to better enhance the energy efficiency of your home and stand up to Florida weather. New South Window, home of the ultimate Florida window for you. Made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we know Florida weather.
Going on now. Buy 2 windows, get a third free. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Hi, this is John Lawrence with CGU Homes, residential home builder in Southwest Florida. Born and raised right here in Naples and part of the building industry for over 2 decades, I've been fortunate enough to witness firsthand incredible growth within our community. Here at CGU Homes, we understand that a real estate investment in Southwest Florida is an investment into your future. Naples is booming, and with a limited inventory and an exceptional level of demand, now is the right time to build new or renovate your existing home. Our team at CGU Homes will make the building process enjoyable and seamless, from offering free pre-construction services to building genuine relationships that last a lifetime. We are proud of our reputation that is built on a foundation of trust and reliability. When you're ready to start your lifelong memories with a new build or a remodel of your existing home, please visit us online at cguhomes.com. That's cguhomes.com. And God bless the USA.
Minutes still matter when it comes to medical emergencies. In some cases, fast care can be life-saving, especially for heart attacks and strokes. So don't delay or be afraid to get help if you need it. Physicians Regional Healthcare System is safe and ready to care for you, with limited entry points, screening for everyone, deep cleaning, and social distancing. We're taking extra precautions to help keep you safe. Don't put off emergency care. Visit ercarephysiciansregional.com or call 911 in an emergency.
Today, people will wake up, and before the day is over, their life will be changed forever. Car crashes can't be predicted. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. The law firm you choose to prepare you for life after today may well be the most important decision you ever make. All law firms are not the same. The insurance company knows who will take your case to trial and who won't. Visit forthepeople.com to learn more about us.
There's only one Morgan & Morgan. Dial pound law on your cell. Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
Today, your energy is not just the most reliable or the cleanest, but also the most affordable. At FPL, we work each day to drive efficiency up and costs down to help keep your bills among the lowest in the nation, lower than many states, including New York, Michigan, and California. That's America's best energy value working for you. See how our bill compares. Go to fpl.com/value.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, drewsteele.com, the website if you want to watch. I have to play this audio. This is from yesterday. So the impeachment there in the Senate. you had Mike Lee, who's upset. Mike Lee, what they did is Senate impeachment lawyers decided that they were going to use basically a lie about Senator Mike Lee in their presentation about what was happening with a phone call that took place that Lee was upset about because they were saying that Mike Lee got a call from the president and then handed it over to Tommy Tuberville, senator, and then the former president had some things to say to Tommy Tuberville, but putting Lee into the conversation, it never happened. And so he was upset about this, making this presentation, making Mike Lee look bad. So Mike Lee's like,
Mr. President,
Majority Leader.
Pursuant to Impeachment Rule 16, I make a motion. Statements were attributed to me moments ago by the House impeachment managers. Statements relating to the content of conversations between a phone call involving President Trump and Senator Tuberville were not made by me. They're not accurate. And they're contrary to fact. I move pursuant to Rule 16 that they be stricken from the record.
And big thing, why is he so upset? He's upset because he's one of the lawyers, and he's there in defense of what is happening with the president, and in defense of what has been going on. You know, senators going back and forth, and you understand how they all have a chance to speak about this. And so what the impeachment lawyers are trying to do is impugn Mike Lee, and to do it and to see how far they can get. And Mike Lee's like, you're not going any further with this. This is outrageous. I want this out of the record. It's a lie. I want it gone. So Patrick Leahy, who is the judge in all of this, and he says,
Pursuant to Senate Resolution 47, Section 4, parties' presentations are not limited to the record provided for in Section 1 of that resolution.
Now, you think that you can't even understand what he was talking about. Nobody in the room could understand what Patrick Leahy was saying. And not only, it sounded as if there was a lunch hour someplace, if you know what I'm saying. And I mean, could you even understand what he's... So they're like, well, what did you just say?
Mr. President, Mr. President, right here.
Yeah, I'm over here. This is what on the Democrat side, right? And they're like,
we might as well hear clearly what the ruling of the chair was.
Yeah, we have no idea what you're saying, right? Can you clear this up? And so here's Patrick Leahy. Get this.
Pursuant to Senate Resolution 47, Section 4, the parties' presentations are not limited.
There you go. It's on now.
So there's a woman that's there, and she's handing the paperwork. She's like, listen, this is what you say. Can you say this? Just spit it out. And Patrick Leahy is a dinosaur, and he's just like,
There you go.
I have no idea where I am.
Pursuant to Senate Resolution 47.
All right, so he says it again, and so then it's like...
No. And what, may I ask, is the ruling of the chair? My point was not about whether it's appropriate for them to make characterizations. My point was to strike them because they were false.
So he's like, what are you doing? Mike Lee is like, can you speak? What do you understand what's going on? You're just striking from the record. I don't want my reputation being put out this way about a lie by Jamie Raskin. I don't want this happening. You know, Patrick, he sounds like Joe Biden. Together, they could make some interesting moaning and groaning. And then here's Jamie Raskin real quick before we go to break. He says,
impeachment manager Mr. Cicilline correctly and accurately quoted a newspaper account, which the distinguished senator has taken objection to. So we're happy to withdraw it. It's not true. And it's on the grounds that it is not true.
Not true. And then on the grounds, but he was just reading from a paper. It was a mess. That's the kind of mess it's been. Don't watch. You better off at this point.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
License number CCC 1332557.
You have hundreds of roofers to choose from, but at Crown Roofing, we think we're the only choice in Charlotte, Lee, and Collier counties.
Crown Roofing, the highest quality roofs with competitive pricing. Looking to re-roof, repair, or get roof maintenance on your home? Count on Crown for superior craftsmanship and peace of mind. Florida's most trusted roofer, and satisfaction is our goal. Get Crown on it today. Call 855-CROWN55 or online at crownroofing.com.
Come have an exciting offshore fishing adventure and maybe even hook up aboard the Blind Date. Blind Date Charters offers backwaters to offshore fishing and more. Whether you target tarpon, grouper, or snapper, the trip won't disappoint. Captain Tom Katz will provide a first-class experience that'll leave you with memories that last a lifetime. Call Blind Date Charters at 239-810-2473. That's 239-810-2473.
Hey guys, there is some important news that all men should take very seriously. Your prostate health. Are you urinating more frequently? Are you waking up at night to urinate? Are you sick and tired of prostate pills that just don't work? Sound familiar? If you are one of the millions of men with prostate problems that are driving you nuts, there is some great news. Prostagenics is the all-natural product that beat over 157 other prostate supplements in lab tests and was rated the #1 most powerful prostate supplement in the world. #1, because it works. So why not try some Prostagenics, and your prostate troubles will be a thing of the past. You'll get a great night's sleep and stop waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. To get your free bottle of Prostagenics, call now 800-600-2020. That's 1-800-600-2020. Take advantage of our 90-day money-back guarantee. Call 800-600-2020. Do it now.
It starts with a call. With one call, you can start seeing your future more clearly. If your financial picture is cloudy because you're getting conflicting tax, investment, and estate planning advice, help is a call or a click away. Annex Wealth Management's team works to get your investment plan in line with your tax plan and your estate plan. Build confidence with one team working to create one comprehensive plan as a fee-only fiduciary. Annex Wealth Management. One team, one plan, one fee. AnnexWealth.com.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. House managers prosecuting former President Trump have 8 more hours to make their case. The defense in his second impeachment trial gets its turn tomorrow.
Fox News getting an exclusive preview from lead defense attorney Bruce Castor. Quote, "We will argue that the entire proceeding is unconstitutional, bad public policy, and is setting a bad precedent for the nation. We will argue that every person in the United States is entitled to due process of law, even if it is the President of the United States."
Fox's Chris Jenkins. And the Dallas Mavericks played the national anthem yesterday for the first time this season after the NBA did an about-face.
The NBA's initial reaction was that teams are free to conduct pregame activities as they wish.
Fox's Trace Gallagher. Now the NBA's reiterating its long-standing league policy to include the anthem. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News traffic.
A slowdown in Estero on Williams Road, east and west between Via Coconut Point and Three Oaks. This is just in front of Estero High. Also delays from a crash in Bonita at Bonita Drive and Wood Circle. And slowdowns as well on Old 41 if you're heading south of West Terry to Bonita Beach Road. Couple ways to navigate around this. You can hop on Imperial Parkway or US 41. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another humid day across Southwest Florida, and as a result, we'll start with some patchy morning fog, and then actually the chance will be there for a few spotty showers as we go throughout the day. Widespread rain not expected. Will be very hit or miss as everybody feels our spring-like temperatures into the 80s. More patchy fog Friday morning. The 80s are set to return for your Friday afternoon and all the way towards the weekend, where a few showers possible Saturday and then a chance of scattered rain for Valentine's Day, with more 80s as we start next week, too. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
92.5 Fox News, making Southwest Florida great every day. 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, Sean Hannity here again for Cathedral Roofing Innovations, the tile roof experts in Southwest Florida. They have an important message for anyone who has had these three things happen. Now, if you answer yes to all three, you have to call Cathedral Roofing Innovations today. 1, did you file any roof damage claim to your insurance company in the last 3 years? 2, do you have a tile roof? 3, did your insurance company deny your claim and only pay for a small repair? Look, I know thousands of you listened and answered yes to all three questions. Now, even if your claim was denied, there are still ways to get your new tile roof. Do not let the opportunity to increase the value of your home go by. In some cases, we're talking about $75,000 to $100,000. It's not too late. Now, all you have to do is contact Cathedral Roofing Innovations. Just go to cathedralroofingnaples.com right now to start increasing the value of your home. That's cathedralroofingnaples.com.
License number CCC 1331928.
This is Lois. At Wink News, we're on the phone. We're on the beat. We're on the scene.
We're working every angle. We're working for you.
From breaking news to the Weather Authority.
We are rainfall experts. More than 60 years of reporting excellence is a reputation earned. How do we do what we do?
Sorry, I can't talk right now. Sorry, I'm too busy.
We tell you how we're doing it.
Sorry, I'm on assignment right now. I'm on a deadline.
We weren't so busy doing it.
Getting it first, getting it right.
Trust Wink News. Weeknights at 6.
Next, Rachel.
Yeah, it's almost Valentine's Day, but today...
Let's celebrate Galentine's Day.
There you go, Galentine.
Swoon-worthy treats and eats by Rach and her gal pals. Camilla Alves McConaughey is bringing home the bacon.
It is the easiest thing I've ever showed you, Rachel.
Amazing.
While British chef Rosemary Schrager's playing game of scones.
Wait for it, Rachel. I do square scones.
Nice. Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, this morning at 11 on WXCW.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no loan costs, period. If the mortgage you have right now was done prior to COVID-19, you should call us for a free review. At Mortgage Warehouse, we understand how frustrating it can be to make your mortgage payment month after month, and the loan balance just doesn't seem to go down. The payment is mostly interest, but we can help with that. We can combine near record low mortgage rates with our local no closing cost program to improve your mortgage payment right away. You do not have to roll any closing costs into your loan balance to get these ultra low mortgage rates. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or call 313-5000. That's 313-5000. MortgageWarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154. Equal housing lender.
Dr. Shane Walker here at Thrive Chiropractic and host of the Wellness Hour on 92.5 Fox News for nearly 20 years. And let's face it, many of us are really stressed right now, and that is creating an increase in the number of folks who are dealing with neck pain, headaches, tension across the upper mid-back, anxiety and nervousness. And if you haven't experienced the release of tension that a chiropractic adjustment can produce within your nervous system, go to thrivenaples.com. That's Thrive, Thrive, Naples.com for a special offer. That's thrivenaples.com.
It's the story of two great loves, steak and lobster. Valentine's Day, February 14th, Mel's Diner presents this great combination to you at a price everyone will love. Just $19.99.
Good times and great food.
The Lob Story is back at Mel's Diner for Valentine's Day, featuring a fabulous filet mignon and a succulent lobster tail, including soup and or salad and baked potato, $19.99. Start your Valentine's Day with Mel's famous Lobster Benedict, just $15.99. Now that's an eye-opener. How about a mimosa with fresh squeezed orange juice, $5.59. Feeling romantic yet? Plus, Mel's is featuring great spectacular seafood specials with the freshest and finest seafood available anywhere. It's a new chapter in the steak and lobster love story. Valentine's Day, Sunday, February 14th at Mel's Diner with filet mignon and lobster tail. Brought to you with love from Mel's Diner.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire with TriFound with the TriFound Financial Team. Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retire with TriFound, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon. Insurance products offered through TriFound Financial, LLC.
Hannity at 3, and Drive Home with Trey Radel at 5. Now, back to Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. There is the talk and text line. Hey, if you want to watch the program, thank you very much. We stream live. DrewSteele.com, Steele with 3 E's, is set up to be mobile friendly for your phone, for your smart device, for your computer. And then, listen, if you want to go to Facebook, Facebook.com/DrewSteeleRadio, because it's convenient. That's why we put it there. YouTube, listen, if you want to go there, it's at Drew Steele Radio. It's convenient, so you can watch. And if you want to like or subscribe, hey, listen, you do you. It's fine. I just want to make sure that we are bringing you the content to watch, because a lot of you have asked for it and a lot of you are consuming it. So we do appreciate it. I got to fix the screen because I stood up. I've been standing up a lot more lately. I kind of like it. Okay. Before we get to the Biden administration considering whether to impose domestic travel restrictions, including to Florida, why would they do that? Why in the world would the Biden administration do that? It must be something really horrible, horrific, outrageous. No. I mean, for Democrats, there's an obvious reason that we'll get to in just a second. But in the we can't have nice things, we can't have fun, we're not allowed to enjoy things other than what the cancel culture tells us we can and cannot enjoy. Are you ready for this, Jake? Do you remember yesterday, as we talked about this, one of the stellar, fantastic, humorous, get away from the politics moment that we all had yesterday? Remember the lawyer in Texas in the Zoom video? He couldn't get the cat. What was it?
I swear I'm not a cat. It's a filter.
Right. Remember, and the audio, how it went down like this?
Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to take
we're trying to. Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I can see that.
I'm here live, Judge. I'm not a cat. And of course, the video is priceless. So many people tweeted it, retweeted it, sent it to friends. It was just a moment. When we had Brett Baer on the program yesterday, I opened up by saying to Brett that I just wanted to let him know that I'm live and I'm not a cat. He got it. So many people get it's just right. Yeah, well, guess what, everybody? The cancel culture has come along and said, let's take the individual who is the person du jour. Let's take the person that is getting the most attention on the face of the planet. And what do they do, Jake? What do they do on Twitter? What does the social media universe do to people who, out of the middle of nowhere, out of obscurity, all of a sudden become prominent, maybe having a little bit of fun? Maybe it's like a joke. Maybe it's something that we can all rally around and saying, man, I needed that today. Too much stuff going on in my world, in my life, with my kids, with politics. I'm just so happy that this happened because I laughed with my family. It was great. What happens to those people? What does the social media universe do?
I'm so confused by your question.
Okay. I will give you the answer. They cancel them. Social media will take the person of the day, find out who that person is, and because there is some joy in the world, they have to make it their mission to destroy that person or to maybe investigate, right? To go back into their history to find out, it's got to be something with this guy that we can tear him down a little bit, because I don't like my life. And I hate that somebody in obscurity would have something better going on in their world than me. I can't become somebody prominent on social media, so my mission is to destroy that person to make me feel better. And guess what? He's being canceled on the internet. He's being canceled on social media because a Business Insider writer decided to do just that. And found out that in 2014, he was accused of using his position as a prosecutor to harass his ex-wife. We can't have nice things. We just can't. We can't have fun. We can't for a moment just take that second of time that grain of sand on a beach of our life and just enjoy it for what it is without the social media cancel culture coming along and destroying that person. And I can't even imagine what their life is like right now for that moment. It's annoying at the least. The other thing that's annoying is when you have liberals, Democrats, same thing, deciding that they're not happy with their life. They hate their life right now where they're living in blue states, let's say, for example, where they have mask mandates, where now we're told that 2 masks are the way to go, according to the CDC. So if you're a 1 mask mandated state, city, county, boy, are you in trouble now because you've been making people wear 1 mask. And boy, what kind of trouble you've caused because the CDC says, man, you should have been doing 2. So now we got a double mask. And I wonder if everything's going to be changed. So does that mean the people that have 1 mask have made an awful mistake and are guilty of something? You know how that goes. Because the blue states and places across the country that do not have it as good as we have it here in the state of Florida, that we do have documented evidence to show that what the governor of the state, DeSantis, has been doing has been a positive for the state during the pandemic, that he has been able to keep schools open, businesses open. When people come here and they visit, they're shocked to find out that we go to restaurants and we've been going to restaurants and we're trying the best to enjoy our life and we're getting out and we're doing things masked and unmasked. And we don't have these outrageous cases that are flying up and people in hospitals and not enough hospital beds and all the things that we were told would happen because of the choices and decisions made by the governor. It didn't happen. When your state is a miserable state because of your governor, what do, everybody? You try to make it about the state that is successful and destroy them. Just like social media destroys people who just for a minute want to bring some laughter to your life. Can't do it. The Miami Herald has a story that talks about the Biden administration that is now considering whether to impose domestic travel restrictions, including on Florida, fearful that coronavirus mutations are threatening to reverse hard-fought progress on the pandemic. Really? So COVID-19, a strain of coronavirus, something that's been around for a very, 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 very long time. Just like the flu mutates, you get a flu shot and it's only a certain amount effective. Why is that? Because there's different strains of the flu and we never know which one we're going to hit. And it's almost as if that's the same thing with COVID, that there's going to be mutations. Not that it's any more deadly, but it's more maybe contagious. And we can't say where it's from. This mutation is from the UK. Apparently we can say UK, but we can't say that originally the China virus came from China. As a matter of fact, the fact that I just said it means that I will be canceled in some way, shape, or form. Maybe DrewSteele.com is out of business, but right now it's still up. And we're told that, and we're hearing from some local media, some state media, national media, all joining together to saying, hey, listen, the Biden administration considering this because there's 363 cases of this new strain in the state of Florida. 363 cases. But wait a minute, Drew, that's how COVID started. It started small. People dismissed it. All of a sudden, okay, well, we know a lot more about COVID, and we certainly know about these strains, and we know a lot more than we did back then. Number one. Number two, you do realize that it's not about the strain and it's not about a strain that we're finding out may be more contagious but not more deadly. There are plenty of publications that have said that about this strain and others. You realize this is an effort by the media, by people, local, state, and national, all together who absolutely despise the governor in this state for doing what he has been able to do and the success that we've been able to have. That's all this is. And again, just like I explained before, you got to tuck this away and you got to explain this to people that won't listen. The same way that a lawyer would do something with a video with a cat on Zoom and the the Zoom filter and how we can laugh about that for a minute. And then minute number 2 means that somebody on social media or somebody out there who hates that there's somebody that's giving us a little bit of joy for a minute, hates that because their life is miserable and has to destroy that person to take them down because their life sucks. Now we have the same thing going on with the Biden administration, who knows that there are states in this country all across the board. You want to talk about California. You want to talk about Governor Newsom and how this recall is gaining steam to the point where the guy can't even go out and have a press conference about vaccines without people in the background screaming the recall in.
And we want to do it with the sophistication of understanding that we have since last October when we began the process of changing our protocols as it relates to the distribution of the same.
There's a guy in the back going, recall Newsom. You can't even do that. Why? Because the state stinks right now in what they've done and what they're doing with these mandates and destroying businesses, and everybody knows it. And so because California, New York, and a governor in New York who's so fantastic, you already know the New York story. Because their lives are so miserable that the only way that they can succeed is not to do something good in their states, but to destroy the states that are succeeding, like the state of Florida. And that's what this story is all about. It's an effort right now to destroy Governor DeSantis for 2022 and possibly 2024, and it's a concerted effort. Do you not see that? It's so obvious. And so I tell you this with such passion because this is not who we are, and this is not the kind of thing that we should accept. Man, is it not disappointing just in your own sphere, in your own world? Just the things that are going on your street, in your neighborhood, in your house. How upset would you be if you knew that your child was playing with his friends, and because somebody was successful or doing something really good in sports or a gift that God has given them, a different gift than your gift that you have, that because they are jealous, that they would do things that tear them down to make them look better, and they don't know better because they're children, that we have adults in this world that would do it knowing full well why they're doing it, and people that would go along at least half the country going, yeah, that's a great thing that they're doing. Stay away from us. I'm saying people that, the keyboard cowboys and Business Insider and people like that, stay away from the state of Florida. What you need to do is leave your politics where it is and come to this state and just sit back and shush it and enjoy the things that we've been able to accomplish in this state. And there's more to this story that I'm going to get to later, because our friend Dan Bongino did a great segment on this on his podcast and brought up something that's so important, that really Florida is something that is so much different than we are seeing across the country. And it's a roadmap to success for Republicans if they would just shush it and listen and watch and see the success that we've had in this state and then be able to multiply that across the country. But man, the tearing down of others to make you look good is an awful thing at any level. Just step it up. All right. How was that? Did that make sense, Jake? Did you see how I started and then came back around? Do you understand now the point I was trying to make? Is it more clearing it up?
Yeah. Sad but true.
Sad but true. This is not sad. This is joyous. Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. I need you to call right now. Caller number 9. You brave soul. You don't have to be brave. I'm just trying to be dramatic now. That's really bad. 9th caller at 239-479-5592. Not only will you play Drew's College, but you will win, just for playing, a $50 gift card to Naples Soap Company, 6 locations around Southwest Florida. What a great place to get your Valentine's Day gift for someone that you care about. It's a fantastic place to go, Naples Soap Company. So how about a $50 gift card for you? Caller number 9 right now. On Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
Still seeing that fog in Lehigh Acres. I'm sure you're seeing it as you're looking over that dash heading west of Sunshine to Gunnery Road. So make sure to watch that following distance. But the good news here, traffic is up to speed. Now, if you're heading into Fort Myers, the Daniels extension is slammed to Gateway. No surprise there. In Cape Coral, slowdowns continue over the Cape Coral Bridge and even backed up more so on the Midpoint Bridge heading into Fort Myers. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, we'll start with some patchy fog on a humid morning. 80s on the way for this afternoon. Another spring-like forecast, but please factor in the possibility for a few spotty showers. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach. Did you know that Florida has a part-time legislature that meets for 60 days each year at the state capitol in Tallahassee? There are 120 members of the Florida House and 40 members of the Florida Senate. The Florida Constitution requires that each member be at least 21 years old, a registered voter, and a resident of Florida 2 years prior to election. Our Constitution also requires the legislature to pass a balanced budget every year. In 1992, almost 80% of Florida voters approved term limits of 8 years for all legislators. The pay is set by statute at $29,697 per year. Lee County is represented by 4 House members and 3 state senators. And remember, they all work for you. Soon we'll be heading to Tallahassee for our 2021 legislative session, and I'll be doing weekly updates right here on 92.5 to keep you informed of all the work we're doing on your behalf. This is Spencer Roach. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned and stay engaged. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
Where can you shop for your Valentine and you don't have to know her size, you don't have to spend a fortune, and your gift is sure to please? Naples Soap Company, of course. They've got everything you need for a romantic and cozy Valentine's Day right at home. Luxurious body butters, bath bombs, body oils, candles, and more. Hit a home run this Valentine's Day with one of their pre-wrapped gift sets. Shop in stores at Naples Soap Company or online at naplessoap.com.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to let's go to Andy. Andy's in Naples. Hello, Andy. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you, Drew?
I'm well. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Your associate's degree question, sir, starts right now. Do you know right now, currently, as we speak, who the Speaker of the House is?
Nasty Nancy.
Yeah, that is correct. Can we accept? Yeah, of course we can accept Nancy Pelosi, yes. All right, so you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this very question. Can you name one United States territory? One United States territory.
Puerto Rico.
There you go. That's one. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this very question. What do we call the first 10 amendments to the Constitution?
Hold on. I got it.
It's the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dummy.
No, you're not a dummy. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that. It's okay. You just missed a question. It's the phone. There are tens of thousands of people that are listening to you right now at this moment. There's probably people that know you and they're going to see you today. There's no pressure at all. All right, let's see. We'll go to Let's go to your master's degree question right here. What is one? Just give me one reason why colonists came to America. Just give me one reason.
To get the hell away from the British.
Okay. All right. Well, no. I mean, all right. I guess the freedom to get away from. Okay, we can accept that. Freedom would be one of them. So sure, I'll. Yeah. All right. Anyway, all right. There you go. So not a bad comeback for you, Andy. Not bad at all. So congratulations. You got yourself a master's degree today on Drew's College, and even better than that, some might say. Everybody would say a $50 gift card to Naples Soap Company, 6 locations around Southwest Florida. Great way to spoil yourself or somebody you love, Naples Soap Company, for Valentine's Day. You know that's like right around the corner, right? You didn't forget that.
Right.
Yeah, I just reminded you now, didn't I? All right, stay there. Don't move. Stay there.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Why wait for so-called one-time refund relief from big insurance companies when you can get the best prices and coverages all day, every day, all year round from Chapman Insurance Group? Hi, this is Brian Chapman, and my team is committed to finding you the most efficient coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
One of the great things about little boys and little girls is when they grow up, they want to be just like you. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. So to moms and dads, aunts and uncles, and grandparents everywhere, remember this. The next time you get in the car and don't buckle your seatbelt, a little boy is watching. And when you decide to text or dial and talk while driving, a little girl is watching your every move. And when you head down the road with a beer or cocktail in the car, that little person next to you is taking it all in. In this life, you have an awesome responsibility to those children who love you the most and want to be you in every way. So make a pledge today to be a good role model to these kids and their friends so that that little boy and that little girl get to grow up and be just like you. Morgan & Morgan, for our children. Dial pound law on your cell.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
People say they don't like going to the dentist, but what they mean is they don't like the discomfort. Dr. Alan Rembos at smilesbyrembos.com understands. Dr. Rembos uses computerized anesthetic delivery, resulting in 50% fewer injections. And Dr. Rembos places and restores implants, eliminating delays, additional costs, and no running around. New patients and emergencies usually seen within 24 hours. Cosmetic treatment often completed in 1 to 2 weeks. Read the reviews at smilesbyrembos.com. Offices in Marco, Naples, Sanibel, and Fort Myers.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
They aren't done making their case. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Donald Trump surrendered his role as commander-in-chief and became the insider-in-chief.
Congressman Jamie Raskin and the rest of the House managers have 8 more hours today to blame the former president for last month's deadly Capitol attack.
Democratic impeachment managers split their arguments into 3 parts: the provocation, the attack, and what they called the harm. Democrats played never-before-seen security video of rioters breaching the Capitol, hunting for House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, scared aides running, and dramatic Capitol Police radio traffic of officers begging for help.
That's Fox's Chad Pergram. Trump lawyer David Schoen tells Fox
it is something that President Trump has condemned in no uncertain terms, the terrible violence that went on there.
The former president's legal team will also get 16 hours to defend him at that Senate trial. The new commander-in-chief took his first trip to the Pentagon.
I'm the first president in 40 years, I'm told, who had a son or daughter who served in a war zone.
President Biden talked about dealing with China, and then he talked to the Chinese leader. Fox's Rachel Sutherland has more live.
Dave, in his first call with Chinese President Xi Jinping since assuming office, President Biden expressed concern over human rights abuses and aggressive policies. President Xi called for reestablishing dialogue, but warned the U.S. to stay away from its turf in Taiwan and Hong Kong, saying confrontation between China and the U.S. would certainly be a disaster for both countries and the world. The leaders also discussed areas of possible cooperation on global health, climate, and trade. For now, President Biden has no plans to lift tariffs on China imposed by the Trump administration. Dave?
Rachel is back to court today for Kyle Rittenhouse, the Illinois teenager charged with murder in the shooting of 2 protesters in Kenosha, Wisconsin's unrest back in August. Prosecutors want to rearrest him for violating his bond, leaving his home. Rittenhouse's lawyers argue threats forced him into hiding. America's listening to Fox News.
In honor of Wink News, traffic.
Still seeing that fog in Lehigh Acres. I'm sure you're seeing it as you're looking over that dash heading west of Sunshine to Gunnery Road. So make sure to watch that following distance. But the good news here, traffic is up to speed. Now, if you're heading into Fort Myers, the Daniels extension is slammed to Gateway. No surprise there. In Cape Coral, slowdowns continue over the Cape Coral Bridge and even backed up more so on the Midpoint Bridge heading into Fort Myers. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another humid day across southwest Florida, and as a result, we'll start with some patchy morning fog, and then actually the chance will be there for a few spotty showers as we go throughout the day. Widespread rain not expected. Will be very hit or miss as everybody feels our spring-like temperatures into the 80s. More patchy fog Friday morning. The 80s are set to return for your Friday afternoon and all the way towards the weekend, where a few showers possible Saturday and then a chance of scattered rain for Valentine's Day, with more 80s as we start next week, too. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
It's not the Republican Party versus the Democrat Party.
Talking about what matters.
It's the Republican Party versus an organized crime syndicate.
92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is Florida's factory direct window company. We cut out the middleman and his markups because we manufacture, install, and guarantee your windows for life. Our new manufacturing facility has tomorrow's technology today to make sure your windows are built for Florida's extreme weather. Don't even think about buying windows from anyone else till you see what our factory can do for you. From our factory to your home. Now that's Factory Direct.
Going on now. Buy 2 windows, get a third free. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Happy Valentine's sale. This is Marty.
Chevy buyers are kissing your deals goodbye, Marty.
No, they're not.
Everybody's hooking up with Victory Lane Chevrolet.
Okay,
it's like a marriage made in Detroit.
I think they're made in Warren, Michigan.
Okay, wherever. Point is, Victory Lane Chevy has fantastic deals during their Sweetheart Savings Event. 500 to choose. It's love at first sight, Marty.
Hey, stop, would you?
Everybody finds their perfect match.
Just stop.
On hundreds of Victory Lane Silverados and Equinoxes. That's plural for Equinox, right?
Who knows?
Or is it Equini? During Victory Lane Chevrolet's Sweetheart Savings Event, fall in love with a new Chevy today. Kiss your old trade goodbye. And say hello to new 2021 Chevy Silverados. Just $375 a month with 0 down. New 2021 Traverse, just $389 a month, 0 down. And you'll never be brokenhearted with our goal of 100% credit approvals. We'll see you at Victory Lane Chevrolet. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com. Find new roads. Stock number SC1148 and E1006. 39-month lease, 10K miles per year, taxes and fees extra. All rebates to dealer. Offers for current lessees with approved credit and do not combine. Expires 2/28/2021.
Come have an exciting offshore fishing adventure and maybe even hook up aboard the Blind Date. Blind Date Charters offers backwaters to offshore fishing and more. Whether you target tarpon, grouper, or snapper, the trip won't disappoint. Captain Tom Katz will provide a first-class experience that'll leave you with memories that last a lifetime. Call Blind Date Charters at 239-810-2473. That's 239-810-2473.
It starts with a call. With one call, you can start seeing your future more clearly. If your financial picture is cloudy because you're getting conflicting tax, investment, and estate planning advice, help is a call or a click away. Annex Wealth Management's team works to get your investment plan in line with your tax plan and your estate plan. Build confidence with one team working to create one comprehensive plan as a fee-only fiduciary. Annex Wealth Management. One team, one plan, one fee. AnnexWealth.com.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling tip of the day. There's only one Kobe Cooling in Southwest Florida with our 100% NATE certified mechanic team. There's a couple of firms with similar names, but don't be fooled. There's only one Kobe Cooling, voted the best AC contractor year after year in the news press polls, and the only firm with a 100% NATE certified mechanic team to give you the best possible mechanics that'll take care of your air conditioning needs. Kobe Cooling, the one and the only and the best AC company in Southwest Florida. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949. License CACO 57313. Call us at 239-482-1542.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you're joining us today. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, anytime you want to watch. Of course, we are happy to bring the program to you each and every day. drewsteele.com, Steele with 3 E's. So you can go there, and also anytime you want to go to Facebook, YouTube, at Drew Steele Radio, that's fine as well. And we know that it's Thursday, so we know that Congressman Byron Donalds is joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, each and every Thursday, keeping us up to date on everything that's happening in the swamp. And some of it's getting ridiculous. First of all, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good, Drew. Aren't you glad Adam Kinzinger is not your member of Congress?
Can I be honest? I'm glad that there are a whole lot of people that are not representing us in Congress. I'm not going to lie about that. I can go down a list of people, and it's a pretty long one. Yeah, man, talk about that. What you've been watching, this whole impeachment sham. It's really getting out of hand.
Well, listen, I'm not a lawyer. I play one on TV, and I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Yeah.
But I will tell you that, this one of the old adages in the law is that if you have the law, you pound the law. If you have the facts, you pound the facts. And if you have neither, you pound the table. And what the Democrats did in their opening arguments on impeachment was pound the table. They pounded the table with emotion. They pounded the table with video of the actual riots in the Capitol. They pounded the table with people bashing windows. They pounded the table with, I think it's Risner or Reiser, whatever his name is, talking about his daughter never wanted to go back to the Capitol again. But none of that made the case that the president of the United States incited an insurrection. Yeah. And I know there are people listening to the show right now. We have people who are members of my constituency in Southwest Florida who believe otherwise. But the law on this matter is clear. Political speech has one of the highest bars in freedom of speech in our land. You cannot take speeches, or even to quote the left, you cannot take lies and say that directly incited a riot, whether it's on the Capitol or a police station, Drew, or a federal courthouse building, or a Chaz in Seattle, or anything like that. That's the bar for political speech. And so nothing the Democrats did in their opening arguments said anything about what the president of the United States did. Yeah, and that's where this impeachment begins and ends.
Yeah, no, you're right. And just to reinforce that fact, it was Jamie Raskin yesterday who said
he told them to fight like hell.
Told them to fight like hell. You can't say that. You're not allowed to say in any way, shape, or form, speaking to individuals fighting like hell, until you have people like Chuck Schumer who said, Chuck Schumer not too long ago was talking about
in the Senate, Democrats are going to fight like hell to make this a reality.
Yeah, okay. That's just one. And then, you can go to Representative Eric Swalwell.
Fight like hell to make sure that we see this report, whether it's...
Yeah, okay. I can go on and on and on. I got supercuts all day long of Democrats saying fight like hell and using those words. And I might make the case that during the summer, we knew everything that was happening during the summer. I wonder how many of those individuals that were looting and destroying and burning down and tearing down felt the need to do that because people like Chuck Schumer and others were saying fight like hell. Maybe I can make that case if they want to go there.
Listen, I don't even make that case. Here's the case I make. The mainstream media or nobody on the Democrat side has been able to refute it. I believe it was back in 2017. Bernie Sanders, who has since run twice for the presidency now, what was going around the country telling Americans that the Republican health care plan was going to kill people, that it was going to lead to people dying. And one of his supporters decided to listen to Bernie Sanders and decided to go shoot up the Republican congressional baseball practice. Steve Scalise, the current minority whip, almost died. He almost lost his life. He was in and out of surgery, in and out of the hospital. He almost lost his life. And nobody, not one person, has said that Bernie Sanders has no place in the United States Senate. Not even that. The Democrats were cheering, well, some of the Democrats were cheering him running for president again, even after that fact. So if Bernie Sanders' rhetoric is not grounds for dismissal, then the rhetoric of Donald Trump is not grounds for impeachment. It's that simple.
Yep. Congressman Byron Donalds joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. His Thursdays with Byron, I think we'll call it. I don't know. Got to have a theme song along with that. We'll doing it each and every week. I'm worried about $1.9 trillion being pushed forward without any voice from anyone, especially when it comes to what's in there, especially when we talk about bailing out states now that we're going to have in this $1 trillion, $1.9 trillion stimulus that they certainly don't deserve because of the bad policies of these blue states. Talk a little bit about what's going on with this right now, and even with budgets all around. That's just the money that's being spent, Byron, and what they're doing, and the frustrations that you have and what you're seeing.
Well, two things. I'm going to talk very specifically about this. I sit on the budget committee. I also sit on the small business committee. Last night, we had a 5-hour meeting in small business, virtually, mind you, because of COVID-19. And so we were actually marking up the portion of small business that has in its budget reconciliation. Now, it's only $50 billion in the small business section. I know I say only, but, you're in D.C., large numbers overtake everybody. But here's the situation that's happened. That bill came to the Small Business Committee the day before yesterday. The members really didn't have a chance to go through it. Our staffs went through it. We provided amendments to it. The Democrats voted down all amendments. There is provisions in this bill that would allow any nonprofit to be able to go to get PPP loans. And you would say, oh, that sounds like a good thing. They're nonprofits. Planned Parenthood would qualify under the provision that the Democrats have right now. The Democrats have largely said, they said it in committee last night, they want to expand it to everybody so labor unions can get PPP loans, so Planned Parenthood can get PPP loans. There are Democrat members on the record saying this in committee last night. The second big thing about this whole bill is that Nancy Pelosi crafted this reconciliation with Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden behind closed doors. Even Democrat members haven't seen it until they just got the bill yesterday, the day before yesterday, because we had committee yesterday. Yeah. So the Democrat members haven't even seen this. There's no scientific study on this. There's no understanding of where our economy is on this. You have the massive bailouts to blue states and blue cities. You have massive payouts to school districts, which frankly already have $55 billion to go ahead and open. And so the reason they're not opening is because their teachers' unions are fighting it, not because they don't want to open. This is what's going on in Democrat land. And unfortunately, the American people are on the line for another $2 trillion on top of, Drew, a $1.3 trillion that has already been authorized by Congress that has not been spent.
Right.
This is important for everybody to understand. There's $1.3 trillion that has been authorized. It was authorized last year. That has not been spent, but the Democrats are moving at warp speed to put another $2 trillion through because they're trying to get all the stuff that Nancy Pelosi had in the HEROES Act from last summer that was dead on arrival when it got to the Senate because there was no need to spend $3 trillion. They're trying to come back and get it now. That's what's happening in budget reconciliation.
You get the sense that, trying to think of a way to put this, you get the sense that time is of the essence because Democrats realize that even with the election of 2020 and how it turned out, that the numbers don't add up very well for them. Even the Washington Post had this article about Republicans came within 90,000 votes of controlling all of Washington. That's the Washington Post who said that. They're admitting to something that we already know, which is that this was not a resounding victory for Democrats in 2020, no matter how they got there. And as a matter of fact, if they don't get things done now, that 2022 is just around the corner. And boy, it doesn't take a lot when you're talking about 90,000 votes changing everything. You think that's part of this? They realize this, like time is of the essence. You get that impression?
Oh, they definitely do. You got to understand their entire campaign was basically that Donald Trump is death to democracy. That was their campaign. Their campaign was not on the Green New Deal. It was not on immigration reform. It was not on massive spending. It wasn't on, doing the coronavirus right. It was a little bit about that, but it was mostly about the fact that Donald Trump was the worst thing for America. That was their entire campaign. And so when you got to the races that didn't include Donald Trump, the Democrats got boat raced. I mean, they got their heads handed to them time after time after time. They're really hanging on by the skin of their teeth. And so now that's why impeachment is so important to them. That's why this nonsense with Marjorie Taylor Greene is so important to them, because they have to have a boogeyman to distract the American people from what's actually happening when it comes to spending, public policy, and yes, taxes, because they're coming for that too. And so they have to distract everybody on the shiny object over here, which is now Donald Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene, as opposed to the things they are actually doing now that they're in full control of the government.
Yeah. Congressman Byron Donalds joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, our usual each and every week moment where we get to speak with the congressman. And it's every Thursday, so make sure you're locked in every Every Thursday. Well, stay here. Don't ever leave. Just stay here at the station, all the way around. All right. Let me ask you about this as well. The back and forth that the Biden administration and even with Jen Psaki with the press corps as press secretary has had about opening schools and how they want to do it and what looks like victory to them in opening up schools across the country is embarrassing. And again, we have here in the state of Florida, and you can explain in detail on this, the formula. We know what we have been able to do and talk a little bit about what the Biden administration is doing with their plan to reopen schools and really what a mess it is and what they think victory looks like in all of this.
Well, let's first talk about what Florida has actually done. Florida reopened schools at the beginning of the school year. Last August, our schools reopened. At the time, people forget, there was a lot of acrimony and angst in the media. Oh, my gosh, these will be super spreader events, blah, blah, blah. That has not happened. Our children have gone back to school. They have been healthy and safe. Now, the school districts all across our state do mandate masks. They require masks. They require social distancing. They've taken the necessary protocols to keep children safe and to keep teachers safe. But in Florida, our kids have gone back to school, and it's been actually very successful. One of the things that's actually happened as a result is that after Christmas, a lot more parents started sending their kids back to school because they could see what was actually happening in the school districts and say, dang, you know what? I got to put my kid back in school. Everything seems to be okay. Contrast that with what Joe Biden's plan is where, we just want to make sure that kids go back one day a week. Like, that's ridiculous. That doesn't make any sense. The logistical nightmare of kids just going back one day a week is not helpful. A child cannot be trained one day a week. Drew, frankly, nobody can actually get education training, athletic training, biblical training. It doesn't matter what it is. Chess training, one day a week. You need multiple days a week, at a minimum 4, but definitely 5. That's what our kids need to be in the classroom. What's also happened is it's our poorest students, frankly, to use the less words, it's our black and brown students, our persons of color, if you will. They have fallen further behind because, A, they may not have a computer, B, they may not have access to high-speed internet, whatever the case might be. The fact that the Democrats are denying these kids to go back to the classroom has pushed them further behind. And so, they're the ones with the big equity agenda. All we ever talk about is just using common sense, actually following the science, getting our kids back to school. Joe Biden's middle ground, so he makes peace with the union, is one day a week. It's ridiculous. It's stupid, frankly. And it's going to continue to hurt our kids as more than they already are hurt now.
I know you, and before we go, I have to ask this. I know you do it. I know you're doing it right now. What happens when you say this to Democrats? What you just said when it comes to education or anything else, but what you just explained right now. What happens when you sit down with someone who's a Democrat and you explain that point right there? What do they do?
Behind closed doors, they just say, yeah, you're right, we know. I'm dead serious. This is what they say. Yeah, you're right. We know you're right on this. We know, we just want people to be safe. Our teachers just want to be safe. That's what they say.
And it just shows you how empty they are and how full they are with rhetoric, with hyperbole and how that's their tactic, but they know what the truth is and what the facts are. And that's not even out of touch. That is when you know something is going to be beneficial to a community, to Americans, and you're not willing to do it because politics, that's pretty, it's a pretty sad state of affairs. And the thing is that we need more people like you to confront those individuals, to say the things that you're saying and to confidently like you do. And I just hope there's more people. Are you discovering that there are more people that are as bold to make these comments and statements, even to their face, even behind closed doors?
Yes, there definitely are members who are like this. And I think, honestly, one of the things, iron sharpens iron, Drew. So I think having fresh blood come into Congress like we had in this last election cycle, it's actually emboldening some of the older members. They're like, oh, yeah, that's right. We can say these things. And we can be direct about this. So I think it's actually making the conference better. There definitely are more people than just me who are making these arguments and making them boldly, who are doing it to Democrats when they get a chance to talk to Democrats. That part's kind of hard, especially now. The place is like really partisan. We don't really talk much. unless you actually decide to make a decision to talk to them. But I think that's the hard work to be done. But it's like you said, man, like their ideas don't make a lot of sense. They hurt a lot of people. Just ask the people who work in the oil patch who are working on the Keystone Pipeline. Ask the ranchers on the southern border where wall construction stopped, and now there's caravans on the way, and they're already dealing with the coyotes and the drug lords who are moving not only drugs but people across the southern border because they know that we're not continuing construction because of what Joe Biden has done with executive orders. Even ask the young girls who got beat out in a track meet by people with Y chromosomes. I can get into that one for a whole other day.
Yeah. No, I understand. All right, Congressman Byron Donald. So we'll do this next week. We do it each and every Thursday, and we're so appreciative of you joining us and getting us the information from the swamp. All the best. All right, I'll see you next week, okay?
All right, see you, Drew.
All right, there he goes. Congressman Byron Donald's joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. And by the way, let me just mention this when it comes to schools. Here's something that is a problem that I'm going to mention this. What I'm about to say, I shouldn't be saying because people don't want to hear it, even if the evidence is out there, because of its implications. And it's this. There's a new study involving 25,000 school-age children about masks that shows that masks are harming school children physically, psychologically, health issues that are happening right now in a new study. And one of the big takeaways from the study says that the health issues and impairments observed in the study were found to affect 68% of masked children who are forced to wear a face covering for an average of 4.5 hours a day. The study also includes 17,854 health complaints submitted by parents. You can't dismiss this. You can't wish it away. You can't not read it. You have to recognize it. And if we care about our kids and we care about our society and we care about Americans and we care about what is going on with this virus, are you suggesting now that we're going to double mask these kids? The CDC says double masks are better. Is that what we're going to do now? It's important that, like Congressman Donald's is, we have to be bold in the discussions every day. Can't be afraid of it. Can't be afraid of who you talk to. You certainly can't be afraid to go to the places that people don't expect you to go to have these conversations. And nobody's saying you have to be angry. Nobody is saying that you have to get in people's faces. You don't have to. But you certainly can talk about this and other things, science and data-wise, that are important, whether it's COVID, whether it's masks, whether it's the environment, whether it's education, whether it's anything that's going on in your world. To be bold about having a conversation. And you'll know how you're doing by the reaction you get on the other side. And if the reaction is dismissal, if the reaction is derisive, if the actions are them getting in your face, you know who's right. Right all along, if you will. DrewSteele.com is the website. You can watch right now, streaming live at Facebook.com as well. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Drew Steele in the morning and Trey Radel in the afternoon. 2 doses of what cures liberalism. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit savingtheinvestor.com.
Tee off for a great day of golf at Coral Oaks Golf Course in Cape Coral. Enjoy excellent playing conditions, GPS golf carts, and a weekend special to play 18 holes for just $60 on Saturdays and Sundays after 11 a.m. Coral Oaks all-inclusive golf schools are also back for season with several sessions offered through April. Book tee times up to 7 days in advance at coraloaksgolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
Trust. It's not a concept, it's a commitment.
Reliable and honest. every single day.
At Wink News, we're committed to reporting the news that matters for you.
Thank you for trusting Wink News. This is a big story.
And that affects you.
We're coming to you live.
Because if we're asking for your trust, we will continue our commitment to be trustworthy.
The reason people trust us is the people that work here.
With 6 decades in the community, trust Wink News. Weeknights at 6.
On the next Drew Barrymore show, what do you want for Galentine's Day? A box of chocolates? Absolutely. A box of cheese? Holy moly. She's got the love thing down. It's Priyanka Chopra Jonas. Do you have any tips on like an awesome marriage? Plus, Giada's cheesy pasta dish. All new Drew.
Drew, today at 3 on Wink.
Tune in on Sunday mornings, Fox News 92.5, Dr. Amy Robbins, and Maximize Living Radio. I'm going to be going over topics like leaky gut, weight loss resistance, how to fix your chronic aches and pains, how to deal with all of those things in a natural way, how to sleep better. So there's a different topic every single week that we're going to be covering. Tune in and get the help that you need.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. After the crash, call the police and document the scene by taking photos of all the vehicles involved. If you are injured, get medical attention as soon as possible. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free.
Hey, just want to say good morning to everybody who's watching right now. I'm getting ready to do the 5 at 8:35 coming up. So just wanted to get an idea, people that are watching right now, streaming drewsteele.com. If you're on your mobile device or you're on your smart app or whatever it is, drewsteele.com. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, I just want to say good morning and recognize that you all are watching. So if you could do me a favor just to see, gosh, my hair is really weird today. I don't know. I got some weird hair going on. I've always had weird hair. Sorry. Yeah, I'm off mic right now. So I just want to see. Not kind. There's nothing kind about that at all. That I have weird hair. It changes every day. It is strange. All right. You don't have to be nice. It's okay. So I just want to see who's here. Can you let me know if you're watching so I can say good morning to you? Ken says you look fine. Thank you, Ken. I appreciate that. I'm doing my best. I'm not saying I look good. I'm just saying that I got the funky hair. What are you going to do? I mean, at least I'm keeping it, so that's a good start. That's what my wife says. You still got it. The hair. That's about it. All right, so if you want to say good morning, if you're watching right now, just put it into the comments and reactions there on Facebook or drewsteele.com, YouTube, wherever you are. So let's see. All right, is it Mariotti, Michael? All right, keep up the thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Hello, Valerie. Good to see you this morning. Thank you for being here. And you see what you did there? You said you look. I know. Not a lot of people know what that means. And by the way, it's MAHVELOUS, not MAR. You got to get it right. Got to get it right. All right, James Witt here. Oh, there's no Valerie. Wait. Oh, everything's moving too fast. There's James. I appreciate it. Ruth is here. Good morning, Ruth. Good to see you. All right, and yep, just here to complain. And you do it well every day. But you're retired, so that's good. So you have plenty of time to do it. Steve's here in Naples. Whoops, Steve, I appreciate you. Let's see. We got a studio, Williams Ridge Studio. Tell me what your studio does. I like to do. I like to know that. Yeah, white hair is better than no hair. Yeah, you're right about that. Ezra wants to know why no top button today. You're right. Why no top button today, Ezra? How's that? All right. Top button it. It's a little tight. Rochelle's here. Rochelle, good to see you. All right, John Vault. Good morning, John. I appreciate you with your Yankees hat on. Look at you. Let's see. Pam's checking in. Pam, I appreciate you. Conch from the W. Not sure what that means. But, all right. Laura doesn't like the Facebook chat, so she's just there on Facebook. Cool. All right. Rick Schwartz, I appreciate you being there. Thank you for the compliment. There you go. You got it right. Marvelous. That is correct. JR's in Fort Myers. JR, good to see you this morning. Carol's on the Palm Coast. Carol, where exactly are you? Palm Coast, so that would be what, like Martin County in that area? Is that where you are? Let me know. All right, Terry said, "Be glad I am. It's messed up, but it is hair nevertheless." Jake just walked in the room.
Yeah,
Come on. Do you want to just say hi to everybody with your mask on? No. Here's Jake.
Hi, I'm going to get cookies.
He's going to get cookies. Amber says, "I got nice hair." Thank you, Amber. I appreciate that. I'm not sure if it's nice or not, but it's just weird. That's all it is. Good afternoon, Jen. Is it afternoon? Oh, that's right, because you're in the UK. That's right. All right, good morning to everybody. Good to see you. I think my buddy's here. No, are you here? No, Nick's here. Good morning, buddy. You need to stay in touch with me, man. You need to call me. Come on now. All right. All right, let's get back to it. Top 5 audio clips on the way and more. All right. See if I missed anybody.
Towards the weekend, where a few showers possible Saturday and then a chance of scattered rain for Valentine's Day, with more 80s as we start next week too. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
There's the left way, and then there's the right way. 92.5 Fox News.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomato's Sports Page. Do you feel American pride and want to shout, "God bless America"? As a son of immigrants who came through Ellis Island, I stand when the national anthem plays and get emotional thinking of those who have sacrificed for America's greatness. At Stevie's, we're filled with gratitude for our great customers and the country we live in. The firemen, police, emergency service, construction workers, and those who go about each day providing the foundation for our country. We love our customers and express our gratitude with our food, service, and value. Thankful for your dedication for what you do. And to all our great customers, show your love for this great country by going to any Stevie's. Stand at the bar and say loud and clear for all to hear, "God bless America," and I'll buy you a 10-ounce beer. Restrictions apply in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. God bless America.
Stevie Tomatoes, Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Hey, Southwest Florida, it's your friend Tyler McCluskey here, coming to you from 92.5 Fox News. Again, we're just promoting our brand new show, The Tyler McCluskey Show, every Saturday at 11 a.m., right here on 92.5 Fox News. Every week, we're going to have a new guest on, local businesses, helping you grow, everything that you need to know, the insurance space, mortgages, real estate. Please visit our website at www.tylermccluskey.com and tune in this Saturday at 11 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News.
This is Lois. At Wink News, we're on the phone. We're on the beat. We're on the scene.
We're working every angle. We're working for you.
From breaking news to the Weather Authority.
We are rainfall experts. More than 60 years of reporting excellence is a reputation earned. How do we do what we do?
Sorry, I can't talk right now. Sorry, I'm too busy. We tell you how we're doing it. Sorry, I'm on assignment right now. I'm on a deadline. We weren't so busy doing it.
Getting it first, getting it right.
Trust Wink News. Weeknights at 6.
Next, Rachel.
Yeah, it's almost Valentine's Day, but today...
Let's celebrate Galentine's Day.
There you go, Galentine.
Swoon-worthy treats and eats by Rach and her gal pals. Camilla Alves McConaughey is bringing home the bacon.
It is the easiest thing I've ever showed you, Rachel.
Amazing.
While British chef Rosemary Schrager's playing game of scones.
Wait for it, Rachel. I do square scones.
Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, this morning at 11 on WXCW.
What will my new car be worth 3 years from now?
I've been asked this question many times over the years. Aaron Walker here from Naples Nissan. It's a valid question, and it's no secret. The value goes down the minute you drive it off the lot. 3 years later, well, you can cut that original value in half. Yeah, I've never enjoyed breaking this news to my customers until now. That's because at Naples Nissan, the value does not go down. Wait, what? Yeah, that's right. If you're currently driving a 2014 or newer vehicle with less than 80,000 miles on it, regardless of where you bought it from, we'll give you the original base MSRP for it. Yes, we'll actually pay you the same price that you paid for it 3, 4, 5 years ago, so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Go to NaplesNissan.com for full details, get the original MSRP for your trade-in, and drive your new Nissan home today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Are you looking for the perfect spot for your retirement? Just add water. Shell Point Retirement Community is located in Fort Myers on the Caloosahatchee River, just minutes from the Gulf of Mexico and Sanibel Island. Enjoy a vibrant waterfront lifestyle with miles of walking and bike trails. For boaters, there's a private marina with free boat docks to keep your boat right at home. Or join your friends on the community boat for cruises to local restaurants and beaches. Shell Point is comprised of 7 neighborhoods with scenic water views. Life slows down on the water as residents enjoy kayaking through hundreds of acres of secluded bird-filled waterways. To learn more about waterfront living at Shell Point, schedule a private appointment or attend one of our weekly group seminars, which include a tour of the community. Call 239-466-1131 or go online to shellpoint.org. Enjoy waterfront living today. It's all here at Shell Point.
Glenn Beck at 9 and Rush at noon. Right now, it's Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. DrewSteele.com, the website if you want to watch. Time right now for the top 5 audio clips of the day. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5. Okay, if I could just follow up with you on comments you made yesterday about school reopenings. You said the goal was for more than 50% of schools to have some teaching in person at least one day a week. You said you hoped it would be higher. But why is the administration setting the bar at 1 day a week? Why not go higher?
Well, certainly we are not planning to celebrate at 100 days if we reach that goal. That is our own effort to set our own markings, set an bold and ambitious agenda for
Setting a bold and ambitious. So let me get this straight. A bold and ambitious agenda is the Biden administration saying that we're going to get to 1 day a week of in-person school learning in the first 100 days. That is bold and ambitious. I'm not suggesting we're in trouble or we're doomed.
Number 4.
There are many people who feel, if you really want to have an extra little bit of protection, maybe I should put 2 masks on. There's nothing wrong with that, but there's no data that indicates that is going to make a difference. And that's the reason why the CDC has not changed their recommendation.
Okay, just so you know, that's the Fauci. That's Dr. Anthony Fauci, who in January, the 31st of January, check your calendar, January 31st of this year, 2021, Dr. Fauci, talking about double masking, said there's no data that would indicate that it's going to make a difference. That's why the CDC hasn't said anything. Now the CDC tells us that we have to double mask. They work better and work best when they have a good fit worn correctly, and there's 2 of them as opposed to 1 of them. Do we have the evidence to show that that's the case now and things have changed? Is your suggestion that it's obvious that 2 are better than 1, which means 1 was a big waste of time? Are we moving the goalposts? What are we doing here, everybody? Who do we believe? Well, I'll leave it up to you to...
Number 3.
This, Bruce Springsteen, the cowboy from New Jersey, Bruce Springsteen, the Super Bowl ad, Jeep, bringing people together, uniting. Yeah. Yeah, G pulled they pulled the ad. It was featured on Super Bowl Sundays. Bruce Springsteen didn't bother to explain to anybody that we had a DUI there in New Jersey. And wouldn't take the breathalyzer. And that whole thing happened. And they brought him in to help him sell cars. He's a guy from Jersey with a cowboy hat. It started believable.
Number 2.
And we want to do it with the sophistication of understanding that we have since last October when we began the process of changing our protocols as it relates to the distribution of the same.
Governor, you mentioned the City College, I believe.
That's Governor Newsom there in the great state of California. And, there's this big recall movement. And it's over 1 million plus signatures to get him out of office there because, destroying the state. I think people get fed up by that. And as he's trying to talk about vaccines and how great things are going in the state of California, there's somebody in the background screaming, recall Newsom, while he's on TV live doing a little presser. Well, that's uncomfortable, right?
Number 1.
At a rally saying, you know what, destroy the Republican Party. It's chilling to see his tweets attacking McConnell, threatening Vice President Pence. So this today, Wednesday, this impeachment trial that you guys are all ignoring, I guess you're afraid of it because it's a reminder.
Don't mind Reed, Ron. Please don't mind Reed.
About it for
don't
10
mind
minutes.
Reed.
Let me finish.
Don't mind Reed, Dan.
Don't
read my mind.
There's no need. There's no need because I listened to all of this. So let me tell you.
Then how could you be so wrong?
How
could you be so wrong?
Then how could you be so wrong? Greg Gutfeld and the rest of the 5 going after Juan Williams. And as he's accusing his colleagues of ignoring the impeachment proceedings, and Juan Williams is all upset because of all the evidence. Well, there hasn't been any evidence. It's all been emotional and reading people's minds and saying, how could you ignore this? And Greg Gutfeld and everybody else is like, we're not ignoring this. What are you talking? You're reading my mind? How do you do that? Well, because you're a leftist, and that's what they do.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
That's all the impeachment has been. It's not that anybody is ignoring it. It's just that you're not watching it because you that's listening to the sound of my voice are smart enough, wise enough, have common sense, and understand what the impeachment process here, the second one, of a president that is not sitting in office right now, what it actually is as compared to desperately what Democrats want you to believe that it is and what is going to happen, which is already pretty much a predestined determination. Unless there's some radical change on the Republican side, we're all going to rush to the Democrat side to do this. I mean, bad enough that they said it was constitutional when it is not. At least there were 44 Republicans with that enough sense to know that. And just because the Senate says that something is constitutional doesn't mean it is, especially when you're such a partisan. But good for the 5 for calling out Juan Williams. Well, they do it often. I'm not ignoring it. People don't want to watch it. I mean, the most that people are getting out of it, quite frankly, is when we talk about it on this program and other programs as well, mention some of the ridiculous audio that's out there, and there's plenty of it. When you have audio of Jamie Raskin, who is one of the lawyers for the Trump impeachment side of things, and he's making this compelling case. Everybody, the president said you got to fight like hell.
He told them to fight like hell, and they brought us hell.
And they brought us hell. I mean, I can't think of one time that anybody ever said anything and used the words fight like hell when making a speech or on TV or anything like that. Fight like hell politically is not fight like hell fisticuffs or storming a Capitol building. But if you want to play that game, boy, there's plenty of times the Democrats said it.
In the Senate, Democrats are going to fight like hell to make this a reality. Americans who took to the streets this week have demanded change. With this legislation, Democrats are heeding their calls.
I want the people of Pennsylvania, the people all across this country to know that we are going to fight like hell to protect your vote, to secure your vote, and to make sure that your vote is counted.
How confident are you that Kentuckians are going to have the ability to vote freely in November?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm confident that we're going to fight like hell to make sure they can.
Yeah, you're a joke. Yeah, that's why people don't want to watch, because they know you're a joke. If you're a Democrat, if you're a leftist, you're a joke. And those two things are the same. and they see what kind of joke this is. You know it. Lead impeachment manager Jamie Raskin is such a partisan. How much of he is what? Jake, help me out with this. You ready? We practiced this last week.
Okay.
Lead impeachment manager Jamie Raskin is such a partisan. How partisan is he? Lead impeachment manager Jamie Raskin is such a partisan. How partisan is he? Hey, do you remember 2017? You probably don't. You may want to remember for the good times, like Donald Trump, president of the United States. You may want to forget about some of the bad times, like when House Democrats were challenging the validity of the electoral votes, the Electoral College vote certification. And here's Jamie Raskin standing up.
For what purpose is member right?
I have an objection because 10 of the 29 electoral votes cast by Florida were cast by electors not lawfully certified because they violated Florida's prohibition against dual office holding.
Debate is out of order.
Yeah, it's out of order, and they went on to say it was out of order, and he's out of order. You're out of order. This whole place is out of order. It's out of order. Yeah. So, yeah, shush it. So there you go. That's what it is, and everybody knows it. It's not that we're not paying attention to it. We know it's there. We're just not rallying around it because we understand what it is and what it isn't. By the way, going back to the Honorable Dr. Anthony Fauci, who has been working on your dime, making a ton of money for decades now, just in January 31st says, oh, yeah, no double masking. Now the CDC says we got a double mask. Why do we stop at 2? Why does $15 minimum an hour wage, federally speaking? Why 15? Why not 100? Why does it have to stop at 15? It won't stop at 15. It'll just keep going up. As long as they can find a wedge issue and as long as they can find something that they believe is going to keep you coming back to the polls, oh, yeah, we won't stop at 15. But why 15 now? Why that magical number? Because that's the magical number, Drew, the poverty number right there. That's the one that's going to lift everybody up. It's going to be like this, like a balloon lifting people up. Yeah, except the CBO says 1.5 million will lose jobs. Hey, how does that work? We're going to lift up 900,000 people and lose 1.5 million. 900,000 will be lifted out of poverty. 1.5 million will be making zero, nothing, zilch, nada, not a dime, nothing. Hey, how are we lifting those people up? Are we doing well with that? All right, but there's a couple of things I wanted to touch on before we go, and it's important. And our friend Dan Bongino brought this up on his podcast yesterday, and he was spot on with a couple of things. And well, he's typically spot on with a lot of things. But I love that he was talking about some of the good things that are happening and some of the good news. One of them here in the state of Florida and what we're hearing about Democrats and the strength in the state of Florida and how well they're doing. No, they're not. They're a mess. They're a hot mess. Florida Democrats mired in division and debt ahead of 2022, engulfed in turmoil, facing a mix of internal divisions, financial woes, threaten to hobble the party as it prepares to take on Governor DeSantis and Senator Marco Rubio in 2022. They are a hot mess. They don't know what's going on. I don't want to read this Hill article because it's detailed. They're a hot mess. But here's what you need to know. That they're going to do anything and everything that they can to try to damage both Marco Rubio and Governor DeSantis. You're going to see more and more tweets, more and more things about Marco Rubio and Governor DeSantis constantly, consistently. You're going to see things tweeting, hashtags or things that are trending on Twitter. You're going to see things Marco, you're going to see things Rubio, you're going to see things DeSantis, like from now until 2022. Because they know that the success of the state and the state of Florida is something that cannot be denied. And they got to do anything and everything they can to damage the governor, knowing full well that their policies up north, the policies of governors around the country in blue states have been so damaging that there's nothing that they can do but to damage the ones that are popular to make themselves look good. And you know how that goes in life. You know, people who are not successful themselves, but in order to feel successful, have to damage and go after you because of your success to try to knock you down a couple of pegs so that they can be at your level while doing absolutely nothing. Yeah, there's a lot of that. Kind of like the story about the cat meme. Remember the lawyer? Yesterday we talked about this, and a lot of people were sending out video of it about the Texas lawyer who couldn't shut off the Zoom meeting. What was it? What's that called again? on the Zoom meeting. What's that thing?
Filter.
Yeah, the filter on the Zoom meeting. And then just wanted the judge to know that he's live, he's not a cat, and that whole thing, and you saw that. And now we come to find out that the social media universe is canceling him, and Business Insider did a story about how apparently in 2014 he used his position as a prosecutor to go after his ex-wife. And then this whole story. So the whole idea is that we can't just have a little bit of joy for a minute. We have to knock people down. We can't do that. And that's what people do. That's what the left does. Because they've got nothing. But then there's another story here that's the bigger story. Washington Post, Republicans came within 90,000 votes of controlling all of Washington. All of it, everybody. Everything. And it's an article that I would encourage you to read. And I'll just give you a nugget. While Joe Biden won the popular vote by more than 4 points in the Electoral College 306 to 232, the result was much closer to flipping than would suggest. This is the Washington Post. Biden won 3 decisive states, Arizona, Georgia, and Wisconsin, by 0.6 percentage points or less, which was similar to Trump's 2016 victory. If you flip fewer than 43,000 votes across those 3 states, the Electoral College is tied 269-269. In that case, Trump would probably have won, given that the race would be decided by 1 vote for each House delegation, of which Republicans control more. Here's the moral to the story. We're doing a lot of things right here in the state of Florida. We're sending really good people, Byron Donalds, to Washington, D.C., someone who is a local, who we know is a conservative, that we are sending there to fight for us and our values. And we can keep doing that on a local level and keep voting for people on a local level, whether it's commissioners or mayors, and keep vetting people and get tough with knowing who these individuals are and what they're going to do, and fight for us that we continue to cultivate, because we're doing it right here in the state of Florida. And then ultimately, for those people that want to back away from elections and say, it's all a scam now, I don't want to do it anymore. Don't do that, because even if you believe that, do you see how close it was to changing everything? And do you think that there's going to be the kind of passion for candidates like Joe Biden or Kamala Harris or anybody else in the future on the Democrat side when they're destroying this country? What I'm telling you is that we've got the chance and the opportunity in 2022 to flip things just like that. And we can do it if we work at it together, because we're not that far off. It wasn't that far off. That's good news. But you got to be willing to get out there and do the hard work. And if the hard work is vetting people, I mean, that's not tough. Asking tough questions. And don't fall for them because they tell you, it's a nonpartisan race. Don't ask me. I'm not a partisan. Yes, you are. Everybody is partisan in their own way. In everything you do, you're a partisan. So don't say that. I will vet you. I'll find out more about you. And just because you have an R after your name or you tell us you voted for R's before, doesn't mean they're the right ones. Sorry. All right, let's find out what's happening with the remainder of the forecast with Week News meteorologist Matt Devitt.
For today, we'll start with some patchy fog on a humid morning, 80s on the way.